Welcome to the Coffee and Banana podcast, where we speak to entrepreneurs, thought leaders, executives, artists, and other cool people while grabbing a cup of coffee. In today's episode, we have the pleasure of speaking with singer, rapper, producer Ninetyfour from yours truly. Ninetyfour speaks on growing up in Toronto and Florida versus Vancouver, his close relationship with Daniel Caesar, and being inspired by his parents' work ethic. Ninetyfour also speaks on new music you can expect from him in the new year with frequent collaborators such as Sickppl, Roney, and much more. All that and more in today's episode of Coffee and Banana.
From a very young age, when I was living in Toronto, I had a lot of girls I was talking to. I was always talking to a lot of girls.
Nice.
Any girl that's watching this that knows me will understand that this is true, right?
Well, isn't it going to be tough for you to admit this? Because your future wife would be like, damn, this guy's out here.
No, I love my future wife. Whoever my future wife is, I love you. And she already knows what it is, exactly. You know? I'm 94. So basically, what I'm trying to say is when I was living in Toronto, I was not really focused on I did want to be sexual with women. Obviously, every man wants to be.
Of course.
But I never had like a serious girlfriend. So and I wasn't the type of guy to be running around having sex with a bunch of random women. I wasn't going to a bunch of house parties and giving myself that opportunity. I was more so always a kid that was like focused in the arts or playing sports. I was actually very athletic back in the day. Mm-hmm. And if I did chill with girls, I was getting top.
Okay.
So I don't know if that counts.
Okay. So what was your first experience getting top from a woman?
There's no possible way I could ever remember that.
Let's say like middle school, elementary school, high school. Like give us like a range. You don't have to ballpark.
I think it was grade 9.
Okay, that's fair.
I think it was grade 9. From sure. I know kids in these day and age and
generations
you're in Toronto
are probably like
age,
grade
or
5. You're in the
States.
States.
Yeah, I was actually not exactly in the city of Toronto, but I was living in grade 9. I was actually living in a city called Oshawa.
Oshawa, got it. Okay, is it like more suburbs?
It's
Suburbs, got it.
Suburbs, yeah.
Okay, so this is a white woman, I'm assuming.
Probably. It could it might not have been a white woman. It could have been a black woman. I like all types of girls.
Okay, nice.
Mm-hmm.
That's good, man. That's good.
But when it comes to my virginity, when I moved out here in grade 11, from what I remember, when I was in grade 11, this is actually what I call losing my virginities, because I used to date. This is my first girlfriend out here. Actually, it was crazy because when I first moved out here, girls just were ready right away. I was like, holy crap, this is crazy. I think because I was doing some research and they showed me on Google
this guy's statistic out there.
80% of the Jamaican population lives in Canada, lives in Toronto.
Yep.
There's 3% in British Columbia. And this census was in 2013. I moved here in 2012. So in 2012, I was 2% of the population. Wow. So when women met me, I wasn't most of the black guys here are African.
Yeah.
Or they might be, I'm not saying that darker guys aren't handsome, but they might be darker skin complexion. They have rougher hair, which is cool. Yeah. But it's just, I was something different to the women, I feel like, I'm West Indian and Jamaican, so my hair's a little bit more straighter. I'm a little bit more,
flex.
a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? So when I came out here, the girls were really liking me. It was cool. It was a different experience because in Toronto, there's a lot of me.
Yeah.
But here, I was in the 2%.
I see.
So people are like, where are you from? I'm like, Jamaica.
Supply and demand situation. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, supply and demand. So I met a girl. I was dating that girl for probably about 3 months.
Nice.
And we used to I remember because I was still living with my parents. We just moved out here. We were actually living in a basement suite because basement suites are very popular to rent out here.
Okay. Yeah,
so we were renting that in a place called Clayton Heights. And I was dating this girl.
I don't know this area.
And I went to Clayton Heights High School, and she went to Walnut Grove High School.
Okay.
So she lived in Walnut Grove, and this was probably a 20-minute bike ride. So late in the night at 3 a.m, or 1 a.m, I would take my bike and ride all the way.
Because you want to smash.
Because I want to smash.
Got
in
it.
the nighttime, we would be outside.
Yeah.
Because we had nowhere to smash.
But it's Vancouver. It's always raining, right?
So no, it was summertime.
It was summertime.
Okay. So it would be the playground.
Nice.
And the playground, that's how that literally I lost my virginity in the playground.
Damn, such an interesting story.
And I felt like it's so funny because I felt like I was doing that shit all the time, but I did it,
Nice.
Grade 11, so you guys know, I'm not like a slut.
Okay, nice. By the way, grade 11 is kind of early, isn't it?
Is it? I don't know.
I think it's kind of early. Well, I don't know.
It might be early.
Yeah,
it might be early, but
I mean, in the
yeah.
States, Florida man's out there. They're probably elementary school.
Yeah.
I know some people from elementary school. Like,
Well,
they
yeah,
said...
see, that's in Florida too. I was in Florida. I was actually in Florida in grade 11. The only reason I'm saying I lost my virginity in grade 11 because I moved out here in the summer before school started. So I still call myself... I was probably grade 12, grade 11, in between that in the summer. But when I was in Florida, a lot of oral stuff was happening, you know? So I don't know if that counts as losing your virginity.
It's hilarious.
It's funny. But I could tell you a story that I'm probably not going to tell you because it's very embarrassing.
Go ahead, tell me. Bro,
you want me to tell you?
Yeah, tell the world.
You want me
You're
to
like,
tell you for real?
I'm
Okay,
serious.
this story's embarrassing. I don't know if we're going to put this in this or not, but this is what I'm going to
How
tell
about
you.
this? Tell us the story, and then if the story is dope, you'll know, like, let's keep it. If the story's not entertaining,
so
like,
basically,
make it entertaining.
Yeah,
Go
but
ahead.
I'll tell you the story. Basically, I was in a science class, and like, okay, so school in Florida is way different than it is in Canada, right?
So?
Okay, so the difference is when my high school in Oshawa had a population of probably 1,500 to 2,000. In Florida, my school had a population of 5,000.
Got it. Okay,
right?
it's bigger.
The campus was very big to the point where teachers were driving around on golf carts. You also have an outdoor campus. So like there's different buildings. There's building 8, building 6, building 7. And what you do when you're switching classes, you're actually walking outside with your binders because it's summer all year round, right?
Sounds like a campus.
It's amazing. It looks like a university.
Okay.
Exactly. It looks like it, but it's actually a high school.
Okay.
And in Florida, what they do is they actually have a high school ranking system. They do, it's an A school, a B school, or a C school. I believe that's how they rated it.
Okay.
Lake Brantley, the school I went to, was an A-rated school. So that meant that it was in a good neighborhood.
Nice.
Had good sports, good academics.
Good.
The C schools and the B schools meant that they were in neighborhoods of poverty, which are actually very popular in America, especially in places like Florida. There's a lot of hoods. Like you could be in a rich place and then 5 minutes down the road, there's a hood, right? So when I moved there, I was actually living in the hood in a place called Pine Ridge, one of the worst places that you could possibly live in. But it was because I moved there with my parents. They were on a new venture, wanted to start something new that didn't necessarily work out. So we had to live how we could live, right? So I'm living in the hood, but they don't want me to go to school at a B or C school. So they're sending me to Altamont Springs, Lake Brantley, which is a ways away from where we live, probably about 30 minutes to an hour.
Cool.
So every morning I'm starting school at 7 in the morning. I have this science class with this teacher, and a lot of the girls liked me in Florida because I was something new. I'm like, it's always
So you're
been,
the Canadian
I've
guy
moved
at
a
this
lot.
point.
Yeah, I'm the Canadian guy at this point. My accent's completely different from everybody's.
Yep.
Everything about me is different at this point.
So
And
you're like Tim Duncan.
yeah. So at first I was having a hard time at that school because I'm 5'6", I'm a short guy. Americans are way bigger. So everybody my age is like a different size. So I'm already trying to find a way to fit in. I don't play sports. I'm on the anything yet at this point because I just moved here.
Sure.
So boom. I get here. I start making some friends. People start liking my personality because I'm an outgoing person. Now I'm in class. The girls, obviously, I'm a person that is always finding a way to talk to the girls.
Nice.
There's this one girl that sits like not right in front of me, but to the diagonal of me, and she's Asian, but she kind of doesn't really speak like full English. She does obviously because she's in school.
What kind of Asian is she at this point?
Haitian.
Oh, Haitian. My bad, my
Haitian.
bad.
Yeah,
Okay, Haitian. Got it.
So. And she was cute. She was cool. You know, she had a little busty.
I see. Okay.
She was thick. She was cool.
Nice.
But like, I didn't like her like that. You know, when someone's just all right, whatever. But she's always looking at me. Like I'd always be doing my work. And
So she was feeling you at this point.
Yeah, she was feeling me at this point. So boom, one time I was flirting with her and I was like, boom, if you like teach me how to say, like I'm telling her to teach me how to say things in her language.
Yep.
So she teach me how to say things in her language. I'm like, okay, teach me how to say, can you run me top in the bathroom? Then she teach me how to say it, and I said it back to her in her language.
Yeah.
And then she's like, yeah, like she wants to do that.
Yeah.
So boom, I tell my friend, my boy named Edwin at the time. Edwin, if you're watching this, you already know you're my dog, fam. You made Florida a good time for me. So my boy named Edwin, I was asking him like, if I want to hook up with a girl, where would I hook up with them? And he's like, okay, building 7 is the building that you can hook up with girls in the bathroom. That's where everybody hooks up with girls.
Yep.
If you guys could visualize how this looks, you would understand that it's such a big campus. And building 7 is one of the buildings that the lockers are literally outside.
Okay.
Like your locker is outside. You know how high school here, your locker's inside?
I do.
So it's a building that like you come out of the classroom and you're automatically outside.
I see.
You know?
Yeah.
So boom. One day I'm like, I text her, I have her on Facebook now. So I messaged her, I'm like, tomorrow, like, and our class is in building 7. So I'm like, when we're done, like meet me after class. The funny thing is, long story short, is this was the last day, one of the last days of school. Not the actual last day, but it was like you know how like they have exams and all the tests, and then the week after it's like you're not really doing anything and school's done. So it was like one of the last serious days of school. So this is what happened. Our class is in the morning. In the morning, I spoke to her about everything. I'm like, meet me here. Like,
you planned this whole out.
I planned this whole thing. And then, boom, my mom comes to pick me up. Like I said, we lived kind of a ways away. She's there early today because it's one of the last days of school, whatever. We're in Florida. She's proud of me for like moving to a new place and doing school by myself and like not having my brother out there or like anybody, like just really just being in United States of America by myself. She's there to pick me up. So my mom's there early. She calls me and I'm like, okay, I gotta go say something to my mom. Like I can't like have her waiting, right?
Of course.
So I leave the girl, I go see my mom, and the whole time I'm thinking like, fuck. Like,
did I fuck this
damn,
up?
like I wanted to, you know?
Of course.
So I go to my mom, I put my bag in the car and I tell her I have to go talk to my teacher.
Yeah. Smart.
I go back.
Nice.
And I go in the bathroom with the girl. Now, this is the messed up part. What happens? So the girl and me, we start interacting.
Nice. Interacting. Great word.
At this point, she's doing whatever.
She's doing what you told her in the language.
Well, she's about to, right? Boom. She's holding the thing.
Nice.
Whatever we're talking about here. We get into the bathroom. Guess the janitor opens the door. And stupid me didn't go in a stall. I'm literally standing in the middle of the bathroom because my boy told me that this is the building. Everybody does this and everybody does that. So I'm like, okay, no one's going to come in. The janitor comes in and literally sees the girl. About to in mid-motion. And like he's a rat. So like mid-motion, he like was so pissed off, shocked, everything. He gets on his golf cart, starts driving to the office. I'm running now because I'm like, shit, my mom's there. Long story short, I got caught. I got suspended for the first 2 weeks of the next school year.
Which didn't matter
because it didn't matter to me because I was gonna go there, but because of that, my mom didn't send me back to Florida because she's like, you made me wait to go do that. Oh my god! Now your mom knows. To her, I was sitting in the principal's office. I had to pull my shirt over my face because they're telling her what I did. And like she's like thinking like she's sitting in the car waiting for me talking to my teacher. And they're like, your son was in the bathroom with a girl. He doesn't know her name. He doesn't know.
You didn't know her name?
I didn't even know her name. Man. That's crazy. She's in my class. And I didn't even know her name. You just know her as the Haitian girl. And I didn't even know how old she was. But like me coming from Canada, if people are in your class, they're the same age as you. But the office in Florida, they're telling me now like, oh, people in the class could be different ages. And if she is like, at that time I was 17. And they're like, if she's 15, you could get in a lot of trouble. Oh, fuck. So now I'm like, tripping. I'm like, what? I didn't even ask her how old she was or what her name was because I'm thinking she's normal age. Same age as you. But found out later that she was I believe she was the same age as me. Okay, dope. Her parents were obviously pissed off. Damn. My mom was pissed off. I never ended up going back to school in Florida. And that's a crazy story. So that's an incredible story, bro. That was a funny story.
To be honest, low key, you're kind of a legend for that story.
That was a funny story because it was funny because my mom got my dad to talk to me. Because she didn't know how to deal with it. Because I think she wanted to be mad at me, but at the same time, she's like, I think she was low key thinking like, it's disrespectful that you were doing that to a girl in the bathroom. But she didn't know if it was actually something she should be mad at me about. Yes, exactly. You know, definitely. So she got my pops to talk to me about it, and my pops, he's like, let's go for a drive. He took me for a drive, and he's just like, he was like, son, when you're feeling horny, just masturbate. Oh, like, shit. I was like, what? Damn. But he didn't even care. Like, I know he really thought like, okay, you know, like obviously you're trying a thing, but just don't ever make your mom wait to do that. You know what I'm saying? God, for me, I probably wasn't thinking properly. Like, why would I ever make my mom wait? That's disrespectful.
Yeah, that part is disrespectful.
Yeah, but I'm older now. I would never do that.
At that age, bro, like, well done, by the way. Great story. Incredible. It lived up to the hype. And I think, like, looking back, like, you're like, by the way, I ditched everyone or everything just to go to the bathroom to hook up with this chick. Crazy. Bro, that's pretty good shit. You know, that's incredible stuff.
It's funny stuff. It's not incredible. People, anybody listening, do not ditch your friends or your mother or anybody that's important to you for a girl. Don't ever.
That's good. That's good advice. That's great advice.
You live and you learn, right?
Yeah, this is true. Yeah. So, like, going into different places, did you kind of have a feel of, like, the personality types of different, like, women that you were around, like in Toronto or Florida, now Vancouver? What would you say is the personality of the Vancouver girls that you've met? Just your experience.
Let's take a quick break and hear a word from our sponsors, G2 Athletics.
Hey, everyone. This is Coach Gibbs from G2 Athletics, located in Vancouver, BC. As a former professional and NCAA athlete, I have over 10 years of professional experience in the game of basketball, which has also allowed me to train youth athletics worldwide, as well as training NBA players and assisting with NBA workouts with athletes such as Metta World Peace, DeMar DeRozan, Kelly Oubre, Jason Tatum, and more. For a limited time, Coffee and Banana listeners will receive an additional 15% discount on our seasonal training academy and basketball products with promo code COFFEE15. That's COFFEE15 with no spaces, all caps. Visit g2athletics.com and receive an additional 15% discount on all training sessions and basketball products. That's g2athletics.com with promo code COFFEE15. Go now, become a part of the G2 family, and improve your game.
Thanks, Gibbs. And now we're back to Coffee and Banana.
Okay. So I would say the difference between a Vancouver girl and the places I've lived is that, not to say where I've lived, the women aren't classy, but there are less of certain cultures out here. So I'd say the women out here, they just have, their priorities are a little bit different in the sense that Vancouver is very nature oriented. So when I say that, I feel like people here are very fit. They might be a little bit more slender, not as thick as girls in Toronto and Florida.
Okay.
By all means, I like thick and slender women, so nobody take this anyway.
Yep.
But I say I find Vancouver women to be very slender, have a nice body, and classy, put together. They care about their nature.
Yep.
They're very clean. But Vancouver women are dope. I like Vancouver women for sure.
Okay,
They're
sick.
good.
Is there like a consistent personality type that you've seen in? Because Surrey, Coquitlam, Burnaby, Vancouver, West Van, North Van. It's like different types, like
it's
mentality. But
I haven't cracked that yet.
Okay.
I haven't cracked. I mean,
if there's one guy to crack that,
here.
it
I
could
definitely
be
know
you.
a lot of people here. But I don't know if I focus on them as much to be able to tell their personalities apart. If that makes any sense. Like, everybody has a different personality everywhere in the world.
Got it.
It's not just Vancouver girls and every different girl here. It just depends on the girl, really. And it depends on how they were raised and a bunch of things. It's not really just Surrey to Burnaby to Coquitlam where girls have a different personality.
Okay.
You know? If that makes any sense.
A lot of people, like a consistent theme, like online, is people just saying Vancouver girls are more stuck up. Is that something you've experienced?
I haven't
Would you
experienced
agree with
that.
that or disagree with it?
I find stuck up is a word, like, you know, I feel like it just has to do who is saying these things. Are guys saying these things or women?
I think they did a survey where they just went up to people.
Okay.
And then it was a Canadian one. That was just one of the stuff.
Well, based off of where I lived,
Yeah.
I find that Vancouver girls are actually nicer.
But aren't you coming from that 2%, 3% thing you spoke about
So
earlier?
maybe that might be why.
So for
you know?
they're
Yeah.
just like, yo, my man, come in.
I feel like people are very welcoming, very accepting. Everybody's open to having a conversation.
Yeah.
Most girls, if you have the confidence and you're going to approach them, if they're not interested in you, like girls, not every girl's interested in me, but like I have the confidence enough to feel like any girl I want, I could get them.
Yeah.
So like, even if a girl's not interested in me and I could tell, she's not going to be rude to me. She's going to talk with me and then I'm just going to read that. And then usually when a girl's not interested in me, I'm not really interested in her anymore either. Not just because I'm bitter, but because maybe a little bit of the energy they may display to you. But I don't think it's a stuck up type of energy. It's more of just the energy like, you know, you're cool, but I'm not really feeling it. Yeah, I'm not really feeling something else. But I feel like girls are more stuck up in Toronto than Vancouver.
Or they're like harder to like maybe get at the beginning? Like, do they play hard to get?
They may be harder to get. But it just depends where you are. It really depends where you are and who you are.
Okay.
Because, like, I can't even say girls are more stuck up in Toronto. I can't even say girls are stuck.
Just because, like, you've had success? Is that what you're saying? Like, you're good at, like, maneuvering through the...
But I feel like, girls in Toronto, they might have a different expectation because there's more people... there's more people from Toronto overall. It just has a higher population and maybe higher expectations because it's a popular city.
Yeah.
Vancouver's on the come up to becoming a popular city.
Exactly.
But like if you're a girl from Toronto and Toronto's a city that's popping, girls from Toronto usually want a guy from Toronto that's popping or doing their thing. So
that makes sense.
if you
So you're saying cloud chasing? Cloud chasing
if you're
exists?
just like not in the 3%, if you're just a popular, like you look like every other guy, you're doing the same thing, then yeah, girls are gonna be stuck up to you.
Okay, makes sense.
That's just what it is, right?
Do you think that now that you make music, it's even like you're getting more success with women, or is it the same? Because your music, you're singing to women a lot of times, like it's R&B songs, and like of course you rap, but
to be honest with you, I think for most of my music, I don't think people have really considered me as an R&B artist yet, as much as I do sing.
But didn't you just start as a singer?
I did start as a singer.
Okay,
that's the crazy thing. But like we discussed earlier off camera, I know it's crazy because a lot of people every day message me and say, how do you get on these playlists? How do you get on Spotify and Apple Music? And it's just so funny because probably about 2-3 years ago, I wasn't getting on any playlist, like none.
Yeah.
So like to everybody that's asking me that, it just comes with releasing consistent quality music, right?
Nice.
And I feel like when I was releasing my R&B music, I wasn't getting any, not to say, because right now I'm really focused on being an R&B artist, like after I'm finished releasing what I'm doing right now.
Dope.
But when I was releasing it, I wasn't getting the playlist feedback. So people don't know me as an R&B artist right now.
I see.
You know?
I see. But you also take down a lot of your older songs. Why do you do that?
Which one would you say, for example?
I don't know the name of the song. The black and white one that I like a lot.
Sleep is on there.
Sleep is on?
Yeah, of course.
Bro,
That's a hit.
I think you took it down for a bit. Or
No,
did you?
I wouldn't take down that one.
Oh, you want to take that?
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
okay,
one of
fair.
that's one of my best songs.
Song, yes, one of your
I
best.
love that song.
That song's sick.
Yeah.
And like when you put that out there originally,
I have took down some older songs though because it's annoying. I really don't think it might not be the best idea to take them down, but I think what a lot of people don't know about me is I'm very I'm a professionalist and I'm like very hard on myself.
Got it.
So it's not that
perfectionist. You mean.
It's like, okay, yeah, perfectionist.
Yep.
Sorry, professionalist wasn't the word. Thank you for correcting
No,
me.
all good.
But
bro.
like, it's not that I don't like the songs, but I just think that it's very weird. A lot of people say what they like about me and what I like about myself is that I'm very consistent.
Dope.
And with being consistent comes improvement. So as I improve, and my improvement is not small, it's very drastic usually. I can personally hear the difference from song to song. Now, as a fan and a consumer, I think a lot of people tell me they want to see the growth and they would like to see where I came from.
Yeah.
But I have a hard time having a product being promoted to the world that I don't think is the best representation of myself.
That's fair.
So I'm like, okay, if something gets 10, 15, 5,000 views, it's not comparable to 100,000, 500,000, a million. This is my thought process. So I want to put out the stuff that are going to get those types of exposure and promote those things rather than focus on my old work that maybe didn't do as well or isn't a great representation. But it's a funny thing to say because a lot of my old work has a lot of exposure too, which is funny.
That's also true. I mean, you were telling me that you started releasing music in high school and they were getting thousands of plays while you were in high school.
Exactly, yeah. High school is crazy.
Were you remixing songs? Is that what you were doing?
Ooh.
Do you remember one of the first songs you remixed?
One of the first songs I remixed was "Nightmares of the Bottom" by Lil Wayne, actually, on the Carter 3.
Okay, Nightmares of the Bottom.
Yeah.
I know "See You in My Nightmares"
And
with
it's just
Kanye.
funny because
that's
like,
not the same one, right?
It's not a popular song.
I
That's
don't know
the
that
funny
song.
thing.
I don't know that song.
It's not a popular Wayne song, but I just loved the beat. So if you listen to Lil Wayne's "Nightmares of the Bottom" and you listen to my "Nightmares of the Bottom," they're completely different.
Got it.
They're completely different. I just heard a whole different melody on it. I started singing on it. I just loved the beat.
Dope.
That was one of the first songs I remixed.
Is it still up? Can I find it?
That one's not still up.
Okay.
But it has like 12,000 views.
Oh,
It was
shit.
up for like 6 months.
That's
and then
crazy.
I took it off.
And like you said, when you started dropping music, like your high school people like was talking mad shit early on.
Man. There's a bunch of different stages we went through.
Was that the Florida stage or was that the Toronto
every stage I've ever been in? Every stage I've ever been in. Because in Toronto, even though I wasn't making music, I was always very popular at every high school that I went to. Just because of my
your
personality,
with your ladies,
my network.
Okay.
Not just only because of the ladies, but obviously just my personality and my network and my family. I had a lot of cousins and a lot of friends. So like
Dope.
a lot of my family would live in Ajax, Pickering, Toronto, Oshawa, all over, Brampton, Mississauga. So we're all over. And I know a lot of people in every school. So now I was able to go to any high school and have a good time.
I see.
But I went to actually a high school called O'Neill.
Okay.
OCVI. It was a performing arts high school.
You're telling me about it.
Yeah,
Okay.
so you actually had to audition to get into the high school if you wanted to be a part of the performing arts program. You
What
could go
kind
there.
of audition was it? Like, were you singing, rapping?
Yeah. What I had to do is I don't remember what monologue it was, but I had to memorize a monologue.
Okay.
And then I played because I played the piano by ear as well.
Oh, nice,
So I played
bro.
the piano
That's
and
sick.
sang. So in grade 9, I got accepted into a school by doing a monologue and playing the piano and singing. And this was a school where like reputable actors went to. Like my good friend Jordan Todesy, she acted in Life with Derek. She played Lizzie.
Oh, sick.
She was
Nice.
also in my drama class, just from
Okay.
auditioning to be in this school.
Was that filmed
So
in
she sees
Toronto?
this. Shout out to you, Jordan Todesy. You already know
Jordan
what's poppin'.
Tylesy?
Jordan Todesy.
Todesy.
Yeah,
Todesy.
she's a very, very, very talented actor.
Nice.
Very good friend of mine.
Anything recent that she's working on that you've seen?
I do not know what she's working on recently,
Yeah.
but I just know back in the day, Life with Derek
Yeah.
was the craziest
Of
show.
course.
So when I seen that she was coming to my high school, because
Yeah.
I was there in grade 9, and then the next year is when she came.
Got it.
I was like, "You're what? She's coming here." I was talking to her all the time. Me and her were good friends. from
That's
that.
sick. That's so dope.
And it was crazy too because even though I was in the performing arts high school and I was part of performing arts,
Yep.
I was also on the basketball team and the volleyball team.
Nice.
So even though I was an arts person, because usually the arts people get made fun of.
Yeah.
Like when people know that you're in PA, that's what they call it, performing arts. PA.
Yeah.
He's a PA student. I was the one student that nobody called a PA student. They would just be like, "That's Tevin."
Gotcha.
You know, that's Tev. You know, boom. So I was in the PA and I was on the sports teams.
Which sport were you better at, volleyball or basketball? What was more your sport that was your go-to?
I loved basketball all my life, but I just
dope.
never grew. I never grew to
But like,
the height.
what was your like? What positions did you play? Shooting
But
guard,
I
point
think
guard.
the best sport that I was good at.
Yep.
Sorry, guys. That's
It's all
crazy.
good. I've been
I think the
burping.
best sport that I was good at. I think I was equally good at volleyball, soccer, and basketball.
Okay.
Equally.
Dope.
Yeah.
Dope. Oh, you played soccer as well?
Yeah, I played everything. I played soccer in
Nice.
university even. That's the crazy thing.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Nice.
Yeah, I was on an indoor soccer team. We did well too.
Okay. Crazy.
Very well.
Nice.
That was a good year for me. When I tried to go to university.
When you were in that performing arts school, O'Neill, you were talking about.
Yeah.
Is that how you met Daniel Caesar?
No, me and Daniel Caesar actually know each other from way back.
Like before that?
Yeah, way before that. So
Okay.
like me and Daniel Caesar are like, it's not even a thing where like it's we met earlier in life. We met when we were very young at grade 1 kindergarten.
Yeah.
And we've been family ever since because we both grew up in the Seventh-day Adventist religion. There's a school called Kingsway College and College Park Elementary School where they do kindergartens through grade 12. So College Park is the elementary school, Kingsway is the high school. I went to College Park. Now, this is a school in Oshawa that also has dorms and they have housing on the campus. Daniel Caesar, if you don't know his story, was a person where his dad was actually Mr. Jamaica at one point. So
Like a
lifting
bodybuilder?
weights, bodybuilder.
Oh,
He
shit.
was Mr. Jamaica, but he's also a very popular gospel singer within
So random.
within
So
the
random.
Ontario province.
Okay.
So he was performing from church to church. And Daniel Caesar's dad, he also worked at the school as the gym teacher
Got
and
it.
the personal trainer. So
Okay.
on this campus, they lived on this campus.
Yeah.
And on that campus is where I went to elementary school from grade 1 till 5.
Yeah.
I was in private school.
Okay.
So me and Daniel Caesar went to the same school together. And at that point, I was a grade above him. And me being me, and my brother was at that school. So when I went to that school, my brother was at the top of that school because he was in grade 8. And in Toronto, it ends at grade 8.
Okay.
So my brother was at the top. I was there. My older sisters even went to that school. I have 2 older sisters. So
Nice.
like, obviously, if you go there and like you have so much legacy in the school, you're pretty popular already, right?
Understood.
Daniel Caesar also had a popular family in the Seventh-day Adventist community, and we clicked that way.
Dope.
So we're family. Like when he came out here for the Junos, they stayed. His parents stayed at my house.
That's incredible.
You know, yeah.
Did
So,
he win?
and
Did he win the Juno?
he did win a Juno. He
Oh,
won a
shit.
Grammy, Juno, everything. He's doing crazy. I'm very proud of him.
That's incredible,
Very
bro.
proud of him. You know, man. I always told him ever since I've known him that he was going to be a star.
Awesome.
And the funny thing is he's such a humble artist that remembering him, he always looked up to me in a way where he would always just be humble and always let me have the spotlight when he was hanging out with me, which is crazy to see where he is right now.
I see.
You know?
I see. When's the last time you like hung out with them or something?
The last time I hung with him was when he was in Vancouver. He did a sold out show for his Freudian tour.
Okay.
At the
Is
Thunderbird
it pre-COVID?
UBC.
Is it
pre-COVID.
Right before COVID.
Yeah,
Got
right
it.
before COVID. I brought him to Hello Goodbye.
Oh, sick. Nice.
I stayed at his hotel.
Shout out Mickey, by the way.
Yeah,
Mickey watching this.
Yeah, shout out Mickey. I stayed at his hotel. You know, we chilled. We kicked it. Yeah, but for sure, that's my dog. That's my brother.
Nice, man. That's incredible. Have you ever been in a situation? Here's my thought process. A lot of people have friends that I guess like become famous or something, and then some people get like spiteful or like they get bitter.
Yeah,
and like,
yeah.
almost fuck that guy. You're now entitled to put me on, kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's dope that you're not that. But I was gonna be like, have you ever been in a situation, because you've got a lot of success with your music as a Western Canadian artist, like Apple Music consistently shows you love. We just talked about it.
Yeah.
And like same with like Spotify or something. Is he gonna take care of that? Do you have to take care of that?
No, it's all good.
Okay, I was gonna be like, do people hit you up and be like, yo, bro, like I'm working on this stuff. Give me a verse, do something on, and then you're like, this is a business, bro. I've been doing this for a while.
Yeah.
Have you been in those awkward conversations?
I find a lot more often now I'm getting in those conversations, you know, because for me, like I'm an artist. Like if a lot of people know me, a lot of artists know that I value myself as an artist and I value my talents, and I've always have, because I feel like there's not a lot of artists that could do what I do. And I could say this because I'm confident in what I could do, but a lot of people might not know because they haven't heard what I have in the vault or can understand what I could do musically. But I feel like personally, I could do almost every genre when it comes to rock, hip hop, R&B, pop. Like I could spread across the genre board. Like you could literally play a beat right now and I will make a song and you guys will be like, this is a good song.
Fire.
And I'm confident in that. So for me now, I've been in a position where I've respected other artists and I don't think to ask for something free. I mean, when I first started out, I was like, damn, if I ask you for a collab and this guy's charging me, that's kind of messed up. But now I'm like, that makes sense. Like, as an artist, you have to go to the studio, pay for studio time, and it takes you time to write the verse and do everything. True. So even if you respect another artist, you should always pay somebody for their time. Always.
100%.
Time is valuable and it's something that you can't get back. Money,
Facts.
you could always get back.
Yep.
Right? So for me, if you want to work with me, you have to pay me for my time.
100%.
Unless there's been a natural vibe created and somehow we found ourselves in a studio where we're creating something, or there's a mutual respect where this could be a beneficial thing for both of us, or it's a song that I hear that I think is going to be a hit, and if I get on it, it will propel the song. So it's a good investment for both of us here.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. That's dope, man. So you
I'm
look at it
at
from
that point in my
multiple
career right now.
perspectives.
Yeah.
Nice.
Just because, especially when you start getting playlisting and a certain amount of plays automatically.
Consistently.
Like I have 4 singles out right now and all 4 of those singles have been on 4+ playlists on Apple Music.
That's crazy.
So even without the Spotify playlisting, we're looking at over 100,000 plays within a month of music. So,
on Apple
and
Music
you get
side.
paid from streaming, right? So
Facts.
you have to think in the aspect of, okay, am I going to be giving a verse for free when I'm making money from getting playlisting?
Facts.
Or am I going to be charging for my time?
True.
Right?
Okay. Are those conversations like awkward? Do you, because like
they're not
I mean,
awkward.
you have a manager, so like they probably take care of a lot of it.
Yeah, they're not
But
awkward.
sometimes it's like directly with you.
A lot of the time I don't mind taking care of it by myself because I just feel like I'm very passionate about like people actually understanding that time is valuable. Like even when it comes to video games, I'm a very competitive person and anything, I hate losing because when you lose, you've spent 30 minutes to an hour doing what you were doing and you lost. That's time that you can't get back. Right? So you spent 30 minutes to an hour. You lost. Now you feel bad. And that's time that you'll never see again.
True.
So for me, that's how I look at when it comes to being competitive. It's like, I have to win because if I don't win and I don't make it, then that's time that I feel like I've been set back almost, you know?
But don't you think you'll be better next time? Like even if you lose, like let's say you're playing 2K with someone and they beat you like the last minute, you're like, okay, well we're right there neck and neck. If I play you again, I'm gonna beat you because like you just make that lucky shot.
I feel like I'm always the best. When I go into every game.
Fair.
So when I lose, I actually
What's your
feel
game?
like,
What's your game that you're so confident in that somebody else?
I play 2K.
Okay.
Right now I'm playing 2K and
He's
Madden.
talking shit, by the way, guys. Challenge him.
Right now I'm playing 2K and Madden. If you guys want to face me, you can face me because it's my competitive nature.
2K
That's
and
what it
Madden.
is. You know what I'll really say?
What's up?
I don't even actually feel like I'm good at these games. But because I'm so competitive, because I don't play video games. I don't actually play video games. I don't have time to play video games.
I see.
I grew up and out of all my cousins, friends, everything, I was the least one playing video games.
Okay.
Everybody knows that. Out of everybody. So for me to even be able to beat anybody is just based off of my competitive spirit.
But how do you know like the controls? Like when someone gives you a remote and you've never...
I'm smart.
Bro, come on. You could be smart, but if someone gives you...
2K's been a game that I played.
Okay, in the past.
Like, it's not like something I've never played.
But you've played Madden in the past also.
I played Madden in the past. Like,
okay.
The PS4 controllers are controls that you recognize. I'm just not that guy that's, like, at home gaming, which is cool. There's nothing wrong with that because, like, I've always wanted to be that guy, which is funny.
Yeah.
Like, I buy all the games. I have PS5. I bought Call of Duty. I bought Madden. I bought 2K.
Nice.
But I just never, like, went online and started the My Players. I've had those intentions.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember when I bought PlayStation 4 and I got Red Dead Redemption and I was like, I'm gonna play online and do this, and I never even played it once. It was the craziest thing. So I used to see my cousin Steve's play Red Dead Redemption. He's like, it's a good game, so I bought it and I never even played it.
That's crazy. I didn't know you were into gaming like that. Like
I'm not into gaming,
but you
I'm
play
just
time to time.
Anything somebody wants to face me at, I'm into. If you want to race me, I'll beat you in a race.
Like just like a run or something.
If you want to go to the gym with me, I'll outlift you.
That could be dangerous, bro.
It could be dangerous, but I'm just competitive. If I lose, I lose. But I always
like the
have
will.
100%
Like
belief
you're
in
just
myself.
like it goes further. Nice.
That's how I feel. You know, like that. The willpower.
Do you know what Twitch is, by the way? Twitch?
Yeah.
Twitch,
it's
like live
like
streaming,
Skype, right?
but you're playing. It's like live streaming, but you're playing video games usually.
Yeah.
And
if I have to use the bathroom, what do we do?
If you have to use the bathroom, we can just kind of like take a little break and go. You go use the bathroom.
Yeah, the bathroom would be.
Or could you hold it? How do you think?
I can hold it right now.
You can hold it right now.
Yeah.
How about this? If it gets to a point where it's like not bearable, then we can go in because like if you're holding water in, you'll talk faster, and then it'll be better for TikToks and other things that we need to do.
Cool.
Okay. When we talk about, I say Twitch, bro. I don't want to prevent you from an accident.
No, it's cool.
Okay, Twitch. Have you used it in the past?
I've been on Twitch only from Virtual Music Festival.
Okay, sick.
Yeah.
Oh, is it that?
Was it Safe and Sound?
Safe and Sound.
Yeah,
How did that go? It
was dope. It was actually cool. Honestly, it was a very cool thing to see, like, that even through a pandemic, us as a human race could figure out ways to entertain people, right? You know, like a lot of people are going through depression, a lot of things at home alone, not able to go out to live concerts, not able to link up with their friends and go out, right? So for me to, like, when I get asked to do things like this or like shows and stuff like that, usually back in the day, I always had so much pride where I was thinking like, I only want to perform here, I only want to perform there. But it's like, okay, you got to start opening up and doing things, right? So now during COVID, I'm like, when people ask me to do things, I'm going to do it. Because even if it's put on a platform and 50 people watch it, 5 people watch it, I might help somebody at home that's going through something during these times.
That's true.
That's alone that might want to know about me because you know I have some fans, right? So even my fans, they could listen to these things and get to know me,
of course,
see how I perform, right? Virtual, it was very cool.
But how does it feel as like an artist, because you have like your fans right there when you're performing before, and now it's like you're performing to a camera?
Oh, as artists, it's completely stupid and I hate it. I hate performing like that. Like it feels like sound check, to be honest with you. To be very honest with you, performances should never ever be like that. Fans are the most important thing in the whole entire world. I would be nothing without the people that listen to my music. So at the end of the day, I would just be, not that I wouldn't be nothing, I take that back, because I'm always going to be something. And like I will listen to my own music, but at the same time, the fans are everything in the aspect that I feed off of their energy. I'm an energy performer. So if I don't have energy to feed off of, my performance might slack. Or I might get unentertained myself, because I take my performance as an entertainment mechanism for myself. Like when I get on stage, I'm very entertained to see the crowd's reaction with what I'm doing.
Exactly.
You know, so
they're receptive and everything.
Yeah. So like I feed off of that type of energy, my type of music. Other people might be able to have fun without the audience, but for me personally, like I'm ready to like
interact with them,
interact with the audience, like bring a girl on stage, jump in the crowd. Like I have a lot of new stuff I want to do, you know?
Dope. What's your favorite song to perform, let's say before the pandemic, that you just love to perform? Like it always, people resonated well with that song. Do you have like one specific one?
I have because I've really done a lot of shows and a lot of different songs. That's the only problem. Like, I've done a lot of little shows and I've had a lot of good receptions for certain songs. Suicide is one song I realize a lot of people like. I think they like the "Never Thoughts of Suicide, I'm Too Alive." Like when it drops, I notice a lot of people get like
Suicide. I thought it was called something else.
Yeah, it's called Suicide.
Suicide. I like the song.
It's a good performance song. There's another song called Off That. When I dropped that, it actually got put on top 50 US viral playlists on Spotify.
I saw that.
I think
That
I was one of the
sick.
first Canadian artists. I think honestly, I was one of the first Canadian upcoming rappers to get put on a lot of Spotify and Apple Music playlists, because I've been being put on especially Apple Music
For sure.
for the last 4 years almost now.
Definitely.
And this was from shout out to Justin Dumont. He hit me up when I released a music video called Do You, and asked me. He actually is the one who told me about streaming. So
Really?
which is crazy. Yeah, he was like, "Why is your music not on streaming?" He sent me an email. So then I uploaded it, and then from then we've had a good relationship. And it's funny because that video.
What year
Do
was
You,
this, by the way?
I would have to look and see when I dropped that song. But that video, Do You, also Daniel Caesar shared it. We were talking about Daniel Caesar.
Is that the one where you're with that Camilla girl in the video?
No, it is actually. I am with a girl in the video though.
Are you with that girl that was on that Netflix TV show afterwards?
No,
Too
it's
Hot or
this
something?
one.
God
so
damn.
this was 5 years ago.
I was
actually.
like, which one is it?
February 17th in 2016.
Okay, you have to pause that just because content ID.
Yeah. So
Okay, we'll tag this one. Oh, sick. So, I think I remember
this
this.
song actually opened some doors for me, to be honest.
Okay, nice. So this came out like it was on YouTube. And how did Justin hit you up? Like through a DM or something?
He emailed me, and I didn't think it was real because he was like, "This is DJ Deuce.
Yep.
I used to be the curator at 92.5.
Yep.
And that was a radio station that I grew up listening to and idolizing. Like,
What's this a radio station called?
92.5 Flow.
93.
that's, like,
Is that still running today?
Yeah, it's running today, and they do a lot of different stuff today, which is very cool. They do like Made in Toronto Takeover, where you can send music, and they actually play a lot of upcoming artists from the city on it.
Incredible.
But back in the day, like, upcoming artists weren't being played on the radio, and 93.5 is where you would go to listen to Toronto's hip hop and R&B flow. 93.5, that's what they would say, right? So I'll be my mom would even be playing that all the time, and you'd be hearing they playing Basketball by Bow Wow. Those were them times, and I was like young, right? 93.5 Flow was the best radio station, and then you could go up to 93.7 to get like a little bit more gutter music.
Gotcha.
But just to even be like, I don't even remember what we're talking about.
We're talking about Justin Dumont hitting you up.
Yeah, just to even be like, have DJ Deuce, that was a curator for 93.5, message me, and he told me that he helped break certain artists like Caesar, Lias. He mentioned a couple other artists that were popping back then. Funny thing is, I actually remember messaging Caesar and asking him if he's heard about this guy.
Yeah.
And I messaged also a couple other people
To like confirm, like
just to see like. And the funny thing was, because he's behind the scenes and he is a curator, a lot of people actually didn't know who he was.
I see.
Even Caesar. So at that point, I was like, is this even a real thing?
Yeah.
But he proved himself to be real, and he's a blessing. He's a great guy. And I believe he is the one who has been helping me out this whole time at the Apple Music family. So I would believe he's my Apple Music family.
Nice.
We built a relationship through the years where when he hears a good song and he likes it, he makes sure it gets the love it needs.
That's incredible.
You know?
That's so sick.
And I think it's him. I don't know, because he never like sometimes it's not even really like a thing.
I think he is the head of
says anything,
the curation
right?
for Canada. So I think he's the one who like listens to all of them. I could be wrong. I think it's him for at least Apple Music. Yeah. And he's a dope dude. He puts on a lot of people locally.
Yeah, he does.
You think it's a little too much for holding? You ready to stop it? Okay. All right. This is fun. You know, it's kind of like an endurance game for everyone watching at home.
Bad,
you know,
bro.
it's like dun-dun-dun. Like we could play like I have the Jeopardy theme song stuck in my head all the time. All right, we're gonna pause now. So let's take a quick little break.
Let's take a quick
and
break.
then we'll come back.
That is horrible for me. Yeah, I can't hold that.
You know what? Maybe I should go too.
Let's take a quick break and hear a word from our sponsors, Ball Life Studios.
Hey everyone, this is Coach Eliza Chavez from Ball Life Studio, located in the Bay Area in sunny California. Here at Ball Life Studio, we offer elite level basketball training for all ages and skill levels. We give exposure to and develop all our athletes to not only reach their max potential on the court, but off the court as well. We teach and develop the whole athlete, from the mind to the body. For a limited time, Coffee and Banana listeners will receive an additional 15% discount on all training sessions and basketball products with promo code COFFEE15. That's COFFEE15 with no spaces. Visit www.balllifestudio.com/shop and receive an additional 15% discount on all training sessions and basketball products. That's www.balllifestudio.com/shop with promo code COFFEE15. We have some exciting events coming to you all this year, so stay tuned with our yearly schedule by following us on Instagram at Ball Life Studio. Here at Ball Life Studio, we are all about the ball life.
Thanks, Chavez. And now we're back to Coffee and Banana.
That's sick. And we're back, everyone. Mr. Tevin, me and you had a conversation about like who in Vancouver, because like when it comes to like the Atlanta sound, as far as like people using autotune and being more melodic, of course we know Atlanta was like the early pioneers of that, as far as what I know, mainstream wise. But when it comes to Western Canada, for sure, in my opinion, you were one of the guys, and the other guy was Adonis the Greek that was really coming on. My question to you is like, do you think you get the credit for like bringing this, let's say, more American sound into Western Canadian hip hop?
Yeah.
Do you think you get that respect?
I think I get the respect in people's minds. Do I think I get it publicly? No.
Okay.
But do I think people know what I did? Yes.
Yeah.
I think the tastemakers in Western Canada very well know who brought the sound out here who brought the sauce out here and what it is. And I think the people who brought me into the music industry in Vancouver very well know. I think all the venues I performed at, on bills with other artists, opening for other artists, being in this game in a long time in Western Canada, performing with Music BC, performing with on Breakout Festival, performing at places that I'm supposed to be performing at.
Opening for TI?
Like me, I should have been at every festival on the first time of the festival. Pemberton, Faded, Breakout, everything.
Yeah. But why do you think you weren't?
It's very political. I mean, there's things that are political. There's friends of people that have friends, and like, you know, sometimes that's why I say the most important thing is networking. Sometimes, obviously, I'm an emotional person, so I get mad when it comes to like, just say for example, we'll go back to the Grammy thing with Kendrick and Macklemore. Yeah. As much as people think Kendrick should have won the Grammy, it's political, right? Yeah. It's political to the point where Macklemore won it, and people will argue to the fact that his album was better. But that's like my situation. Even the All-Star game just happened, where they were selecting players for the NBA All-Star game. Yeah. And they feel like DeMar DeRozan, Devin Booker, some other players got snubbed.
Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, that got snubbed from the All-Star game, right? Which is completely understandable, because there are some players that should have made the All-Star game that got snubbed. So that's how I'm saying basically I felt. I mean, everybody's not going to get everything right. It's really a totem pole. I'm an artist. I make music. I do a lot of other things, but there are also people who throw events, book these events. Yeah. There's tastemakers in Vancouver that could do a better job in picking the right things. When I'm vocal about it, I mean, I was vocal about it after the first year of a festival. I wasn't on it. Yeah. Second year I was on it, because you got to understand what I did for the city, you know? And I appreciate who put me on that festival, because that is what was supposed to be done. Of course. You know? Because I did bring that sound here when it comes to other artists coming after me.
And like,
that's factual. It is.
No, it's 100% facts. I think like one of the here's my thought process throughout all this. Canadian hip hop, like let's say the earlier part of this decade, like 2010, was completely different. Like it was because like Stomp Down, the Snack the Ripper sound was like, that's the only sound people thought was hip hop 100% here. So the American sound was completely different. Like it was nobody else bringing that sound. No. And then I think that's when I saw you working with Lazy at Compound Studio, and then you were one of the first artists that I didn't know that you made that kind of music. I was just like, this guy looks like a chill guy, you know. And then I went home, I checked that song, Sleep, right? And I was like, yo, this guy's fire. And I was like, bro, I've been a fan since, to be honest. And I was like, yo, like we should work on some stuff. And like, of course, we did a few projects here and there, but like, other than that, would you say that there's been situations where people hit you up and be like, damn, I didn't even know you were from Vancouver? I know you were saying that recently, but like at the earlier days.
I feel like a lot of people don't know where I'm from at all, to be honest. Like people don't really know that, like, it's tough for me because like I was born in Scarborough, Ontario, right? And as a person, I think people who move a lot could probably relate with me. Yeah. Because from there, I moved to Whitby. From Whitby, I moved to Ajax. From Ajax, I moved to Oshawa. Damn. And even to do that in Ontario,
and each of them different schools. You're going through different schools.
Each of them different schools.
Got it.
So, and then in between that, I also moved back to Scarborough, right? Okay. So, then leaving from Oshawa to go to Florida, then from Florida coming back to Toronto for 2 months, then coming to Langley, British Columbia, not even Vancouver.
Yeah, straight up.
Langley, right? So it's very hard, right? A lot of people don't know where I'm from, right? A lot of people are just like, okay, he lives in Vancouver. Yep. He's putting out Vancouver music, but they might not want to get behind me like an artist that's actually born and from here. But people don't know how much I love Vancouver and how much I put on for the city. Facts. And how many people I bring out here from the East that are filming music videos here, that are affiliated with me, that are affiliated in the music industry, and we're really making noise and deserve the credit for it, you know?
Facts.
That's how I feel personally.
What do you think about the counter argument to that? Because like you brought up the festivals, you brought up this political, but what if the argument is like, well, there's only a few limited opportunities, so we're not going to get it right all the time. Yeah. So of course we're going to miss it out.
You got to get
like,
it right.
What do you? And same thing with the All-Star team.
You got to
like,
get it right.
Who do you take out the All-Star team to bring out those like 10
you gotta
plus
get it
people?
Right. You got to get it right, right?
You know?
And the thing about this is right. The thing about this is like everybody in the world has different beliefs and different opinions. Yeah. So it honestly just really depends on the person that's in charge at that time and the majority of the people that are voting, because there's a lot of talented artists and there's a lot of people that deserve they should make it. But the problem with me, if I'm talking about myself, I believe I'm a clear cut when it comes to certain things. So if I haven't proved that yet, then I have more work to do. Okay. That's how I feel. It's not anybody else's fault but mine. So if I didn't get selected for something, maybe they just don't know. Okay. It's not their fault. It's mine. So I need to work harder. I need to put out more music. I need to show them what I could really do. True. Because there might even be some people who know, like, yeah, this guy did bring this sound here, but this person's doing this right now. Okay. I need to be this person that's doing this right now.
As well. Like you need to be the originator and the person that's relevant today. But here's the counter argument. Keep going with these things just because you know what's going on in Vancouver. So I'm putting on a festival. I'm a manager. I manage these 3 artists. None of these motherfuckers are getting on Apple Music playlists like this guy is. None of these guys are getting the support online. None of this guy, they probably a few of them just started making music because I became their manager. You know what? I'm going to put these guys on my festival because I manage them. As a business, obviously you're like, yes, it makes sense that you would do that. But what is your thoughts when you see something like that and you're just like, why am I not on this? Is it really a Vancouver outing, or is it something like, oh, you're trying to make a business decision? Yeah. Do you ever look at it from that perspective too?
I mean, I've looked at multiple things from multiple perspectives, and as a businessman myself, and as somebody who also works with artists who I may favor over other artists, I could understand where a business decision comes in like that. But when you make a decision like that, you also have to expect the deserving artist of that spot to be disappointed and be ready for whatever they have to say about it.
Facts.
That's because true. At the end of the day, it's not like a thing where like it's the hugest of hugest problems, but it's like I think you have to be able to separate certain things, right? You have to think that when you are a booking agent and a manager that you want the best for your artist. So if you're a manager, at the end of the day, you got to put your artist on what is going to be best to elevate him. True. Now, as a manager and a good manager, you have to think about the artist you're managing. Yeah. Right? So maybe limit the artist you're managing and give a spot to somebody who you may be able to help you more in the future for giving them that spot. Yeah. That's how I look at that.
That's a good way of looking at it. You know, I think I'm on the same page as you. I think that I agree with you as far as like, if you have like a platform, yes, by all means, you have another, like, let's say you're talent buyer.
Yeah.
So you have this one platform, which is the festival or whatever show it is,
Mm-hmm.
and you're also managing somebody. Okay, sure, it makes sense that I put one of my artists there because it's a business decision, but at the same time, it's a Vancouver show. I need to have Vancouver representation, especially in the hip hop community.
Yep.
Even if, like, let's say, okay, you said I got to be the guy kind of right now. This is my thought process. If okay, look at this. TikTok is coming right now, and people are blowing up off TikTok. Kids that just started making music now. I think the only way other artists will respect them is if they're like, yo, these other artists came before me. Now that I have this clout or this attention, I should try to bring these other people that have been like OGs in the game in a sense. Even though like you're 26, 27 years old, you're still hella young.
Yeah.
But like if you've been doing it for this long, they have to. But the thing is, we don't have like a trick. We don't have somebody that's like, no, these are the rules. You know how Trick said that if you're going to come to Detroit, take our money. You better do a verse with one of these local guys.
Yeah.
They said it to Rick Ross and everybody. And
See,
I kind of respect that though.
yeah. You see, the thing about me is I understand everything you're saying, and I agree with you to a certain extent.
Yeah.
But when it comes to me, it's like, just like I said, going back to the point where whatever decision somebody makes is I can't control another human being or the way they think. The most I could do is show them who I am and what I could do.
Yep.
So when I don't get picked for something or when something doesn't go my way, it just makes me go harder.
Yep.
That's all it is. So like for me, if you
As
don't
it should-
pick me
as it should be, though,
and I
like-
don't win, then you're gonna motivate me to be better than you. So
Facts.
if you don't want me to be better than you, pick me.
I see.
Motivate me. Let me win. Because if not, I'm going to be better than you. It's a fact.
I'll give you
I
an
will become
analogy,
that.
bro. I'll give you an analogy that works really well. In BC, we have like this thing called BC Select Team, top 16, top 17. There's always that one motherfucker would always make the team because his dad is the fucking coach.
True,
I
yeah,
was looking at it
100%.
like, bro, this fucking guy
That's what
sucks.
happens.
But that's
But the
always
dad's
been
the coach,
there.
yeah.
Dad's coach.
That's why networking is very important. So to all the young kids out there, your network is your net worth, and that's very true. Just keep on networking. It doesn't even matter how talented you are and how hard you work. It just matters how big your network is. So take some communication skills, get out, talk to people.
Facts.
Even message people on social media. Get on these social media apps. If it's not social media, call your old friends, talk to people, build a big network, and you will figure out multiple streams of income or ways to survive at all times. You always have a place to live.
Yep.
You always have something to eat.
Exactly.
You always have clothes to wear. You see me, I can go anywhere around Canada. I can go to the United States of America and have a place to stay rent free. Food to eat, everything, just because of my network.
That's dope.
And I don't even call people and say what's up, which I need to work on.
But that's where like now we have Clubhouse, you
Yeah,
know, that
exactly.
platform. You can bring all your homies and be like, yo, what's good? What's poppin'? Roast each other. No, I think 100%. But that's one thing that's kind of lost with the younger generation. I was talking to somebody else about that. And like the fact that they grew, like Gen Z, they grew up with like the phones and
Yeah.
like they're going through screens.
Yeah.
Do you have younger cousins or nephews
Oh,
or
yeah.
things like that? Do you like see how they're interacting with their like friend circle?
Yeah, I mean, it is almost. It's like you were just kind of touching base on how newer artists should respect the OGs kind of thing, but it's like touching base on what you just asked about younger cousins.
Yeah.
The newer generation is just way different than how we were brought up. We know to pay homage to our OGs or who taught us what or what came from what and how things came about. But this new generation, it's very different. I mean, I feel like a lot of some people still have the same morals, but a lot of people are missing basic morals and basic bringing up because of the way social media is diluting everybody's brain. And I mean, that's just something that we're gonna have to deal with as time goes on because social media is a new aspect of everybody's life right now at this moment, right?
This is true.
So
And it's taking more of our time day to
it's
day.
taking a lot of our time. I mean,
Yeah.
at least people probably spend 3 to 5 hours on social media a day.
I think more than that, bro.
Even
Look at your
more.
screen time sometimes.
Yeah.
And you're like, fuck, did I spend
Exactly.
10 to
Even
12
more.
hours on this shit?
Very true.
Yeah, that's your average. I always look at that stuff. I try to. One thing about me, I'm conflicted because I'm like, shit, I should stop doing this. But then I'm like, this is the world I chose to be a part of.
Yeah.
I have no choice but to continue to dive into this.
Yeah.
Like as an artist, you're a business. So you're your own business.
Very true.
So you need as much touch points to your customer
Yeah.
or whoever that is.
Yep.
Man, do you get exhausted with social media and just doing because you have to do a lot. Do you ever get like a burnout? Have you ever had a burnout phase where like, God damn, I need to slow down for a bit?
I haven't had a burnout phase where I'm like, I need to slow down, but I've had a phase where I'm just like, how do you do all these avenues? Like when you go from Twitter to TikTok to Instagram to Facebook to there's probably more things I'm not mentioning, Triller, all these things, right? You try to, so me, I thought about it one day and I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna continue to make good music because that's the most important thing, right?
True.
I feel like I've been doing music long enough and I have enough friends that I built up a strong enough audience that if I make good enough music, and I show people how serious I am consistently, like the other day I tweeted, I'm gonna make it because you quit and I didn't. And I strongly believe in that.
Bro, that's a bar.
Like since I started music, especially in Vancouver, and even when I think about Toronto, there's probably over 30 to 50 artists I know that have either taken a huge decline or stopped making music. And it's like, why did you stop making music? Like, you could have improved and made it.
True.
You know, like there's actually some artists where I think were pretty good or had a good look or possibly could have made it, you know?
Exactly.
Or there's just artists that were bigger than you and now you're bigger than them. And that happens, right?
That does happen. That does happen. Have you been in a situation where you're like, we don't have to say any names, where you went somewhere and you were kind of like the little homie because you came to Vancouver, you're this new musician from the East, right? And then you saw them later on in life, but you're at a point where now you're way more popping than that person is.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah.
And how did that dynamic go? How did that relationship, like how that conversation go?
To me, it just goes normal because I already know when people in Vancouver, if you're an artist and you see me, you already know what it is, you know? Whether if you have more numbers than me, whether you did what, if you know music and you know me and you listen to my music, you know what's up, you know? So most artists here always show me respect. Every single artist here, when they see me in person, at least, they always daps me up. They always show me respect. Behind closed doors, they talk a bunch of shit.
Fuck.
They're jealous. And that's how it is. But me, behind closed doors, I don't talk shit. I talk the truth. So if things are going on that bother me, I talk about it.
Would you say that to them as well, though?
100%.
Okay,
yeah, 100%.
there we go. So like, it's not even behind closed doors.
A lot of these rappers, they don't want to really, they're not confrontational, right?
Yeah.
But me, I'm ready for anything. I'm ready. Like a lot of people, I would love to work with a lot of people that I think people are just stuck. Like they're just stuck. They just don't know better.
Bro, you have a better
like a lot
insight.
of people don't know better right now, you know? So it's like, Vancouver could really be put on in a certain way, but I think people just need to start appreciating who's really been doing what.
True.
You know?
Who's been doing it and elevating. It's not like you're like stuck in that position.
Yeah.
Like your music changed. Like you said, people know you as a rapper now, which is crazy to me because I always see you as like that singer who also raps in my mind. I appreciate that. Like that's what I know you for. Be seen. Of course, because like your music, like when I hear your melodic stuff, it's not like a rapper trying to hit notes. Stronger. You know, like of course you have it's obvious. And you mentioned that your background, like you actually sang in choir in church.
Yeah, I did a lot. Man.
You did a lot.
I was in a boys choir. I sang in choir in church.
How old were you when you started that?
When I sang in choir?
Yeah.
How old was I when I started? Damn. Young, bro.
So this has like been your life.
Yeah. I've been doing this shit. This is me. This is it. This is what you're going to get. Right now, as you can see, if you can't see, I make enough money to be good off of music myself right now, you know? So I'm at the point where I'm just trying to continue to sustain my career and be one of the biggest artists in the world.
Facts.
And if not, I'm going to be one of the biggest moguls in the world because that's what I believe in, right? Whatever you believe, you shall see.
Exactly.
That's what I believe.
And the hard work. You have to just
you have to work hard. You can't expect things to be handed to you.
Exactly.
Right? And the days that you don't feel like getting it in and working hard, those are the days that if you do, will get you so much further than the other person. Because when you're not thinking about, damn, today's the day I don't want to make a song. Today's the day I don't want to go to the gym. Today's the day I don't want to do this. The other person's thinking that too. But whoever decides to do it is the person that's going to get far ahead. Exactly. Believe it or not, I don't think I'm talented at all.
So you're just like beating yourself down, be like, do better,
I don't think
do
I
better.
have any talents.
Word.
I think that everything I have is from hard work.
Incredible.
I've listened to R&B singers all my life. If you guys heard me sing for the first time, I sounded horrible. But I've been singing so much and studying R&B music to the point where I can make a Grammy Award-winning R&B song.
Today.
I have a song co-written by a Grammy Award-winning artist.
That's it.
I have multiple, what's the word?
Accolades?
Accolades to prove that. I've been put on R&B Now, Breaking R&B playlists that are
all independent
releases. And these are playlists that you can see all around Canada, and this is the whole country we're talking about, right? I've been put on even USA playlists.
Facts.
Based off of teaching myself these things.
That's dope.
I never was rapping and singing my whole life or naturally talented doing this.
But
like,
you
I used
perfected it over the years.
Yeah, that's why a lot of my stuff is private, because I think it's trash. Like, there's some rapping and singing I was doing that I think is horrible. That I don't even want people to see, because I've practiced, I've learned, I've studied.
That's really dope.
Yeah, that's what it comes from. It comes from hard work. The only way that I could be this confident is by working this hard.
It's time for Coffee Tunes. This is a song that the Coffee and Banana team believes you should be listening to. This season's Coffee Tune is #FreeAfghanistan by Vancouver's very own Crescent, produced by East Boulevard's Marlowe. Here's a quick sample of the song.
Afghanistan, trying to take over the people and occupy their land. Though we weren't equipped, we the last ones to quit. Fighting back to 89 when the Soviets split. Now hold up. Why is that relevant? Cause the Pakistani closet is full of Afghan skeletons. And Muslims nowadays are focused more on what has gelatin. When it comes to support, they become a little hesitant. Blame it on the president or a lack of evidence. As they see us bleed, we hear them read, we'll be heaven sent. It's a facade to dedicate yourself to God, but not help the one.
Here's a little background about the song. Afghanistan is currently facing a humanitarian crisis. On August 15, 2021, Taliban fighters entered Kabul, the capital, which led to the fleeing of the president Ashraf Ghani and the government to collapse. To find out more about how you can help Afghanistan, please check the show notes of this podcast. Thank you very much, and now we're back to Coffee and Banana.
I see.
You could go to the gym and bench press 300 pounds every day. When somebody tells you, what can you bench? And you say 300 pounds, you're going to say that with your chest because you do it every day.
Facts.
I can go and make a song in any studio within 15 minutes because I do it every day.
Dope.
That's why.
And you freestyle.
No, I write and freestyle.
Oh, you write and
I'm not one
freestyle.
of those artists that say, I freestyle everything, because I don't freestyle everything.
Okay.
Can I freestyle things? Very easily. Of course I can.
Are you better freestyling melodies or freestyling bars?
I'm great at everything.
Okay.
So
I love it.
I
love
freestyle my melodies, and then I could write the bars after.
Dope.
I could come up with bars off the top of the head as well. Kwasia is a freestyle, the whole entire verse.
Oh, shit.
Whole verse.
Damn.
Just me punching in.
Okay, I'm going to check
no
in.
written. There's a lot of tracks that are just freestyle.
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
This mentality.
Jamaican Canadian freestyle. I mean, it's
Jamaican
a hook,
Canadian,
but it's
nice.
a freestyle.
That's sick.
That whole track is a freestyle. Every artist on that track, actually.
Oh, nice.
We literally were just in the booth together, which is very cool. We created it, one mic, all jumping around.
That's so sick.
Very cool.
Where did you guys record it? Like in lower, you don't have to say the exact studio, but is it in the Lower Mainland?
We were in the West Coast, yeah.
Oh, okay.
West Coast.
Dope
yeah.
shit. Dope
Yeah.
shit. That's nice, man. That's nice. So was it like a beat you guys had before you went into the studio and you guys all wrote?
Everything was from scratch.
From scratch.
Beat
You guys are all
everything.
there. And then,
beat everything.
Damn.
Dun, dun, na,
Yeah.
na, 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 na.
Who thought of that melody as far as like
Everybody. The main melody.
Yeah.
An artist named Sickppl was like,
Yeah.
That's him. But
Nice.
the way it came in was everybody did their own parts. We had
Gotcha.
Roney go first. I came and did the hook, and he just came in. We didn't know that he was gonna do that melody.
Oh, sick.
It was literally just Roney rapping.
Yep.
And then I was like, and we all that, and then they're like, okay, hop in, do that.
Yeah.
Boom. I hop in, do that. To me, it's funny because personally, I hate that part.
Word. Which part?
My part.
Oh, your part?
Yeah, I don't think it's anything close to like what I'm actually
I'm
capable of.
with my
But
belt.
I just came in and really said anything that I felt like was a nice bridge.
And as a freestyle?
That's what I'm saying. It's like very
Damn.
weird because it's like you make these songs sometimes that come off so organically that you don't think is your best, but does that well.
That's crazy.
So then it gets you thinking about a whole set of other things that I can't expose on these podcasts because I might be giving tips.
Yeah.
The audience has to pay me for it.
Yeah, for sure. But give us one gem. What one gem can you give just based on working with Jamaican Canadian?
Just be authentic.
Got it.
And you'll do anything.
So
you
is that
wanna
like
do.
follow your instinct? Is that what you mean by that? When
Exactly.
authentic? Got
Be
it.
your full self. Do not try to be another artist on a track. Do not try to be another basketball player if you play basketball. Do not try to be like another news reporter. Try to be the greatest version of yourself.
Definitely.
And that means being honest and authentic.
Yes.
And the ways that you could do that is by tuning out everything else, listening to the beat,
Yep.
and saying what's on your mind.
That's sick. That's dope. So how long do you think that song, and from scratch to completion?
That song was made in probably 20 minutes.
Crazy.
20 minutes.
Crazy.
Very quickly.
And did you guys know from
very
the jump?
surprising.
Like
and the funny thing was, there's another track called "Go There."
Okay.
That was also made in that session.
That was
and
made in that
song
session
has
as well?
2 million views on YouTube.
Damn.
And that session was a 2-hour session. So that goes to show we have about 4 million plus views from a 2-hour session.
That's
of
incredible.
natural music being made.
That's so sick. That's dope.
And these are millions we're talking about, guys.
Yeah,
I know,
facts,
these
bro.
are really millions we're talking about.
So you're doing all of this, and then you still have to fight your spot for a local kind of show. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly.
That's fucking ridiculous, right?
Exactly. Very ridiculous.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Because there's not a lot of other artists from here doing that, you know?
yeah.
There's not a lot of other artists being talked about on academics.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of other artists being...
Wait, academics give you a shout out?
He didn't give me a shout out directly, but...
But he gave the song a shout out?
An
Talk about
artist
that.
named Sickppl was on there,
Yep.
and he mentioned me on there, which was some recognition that, I mean, a lot of artists don't really get. I'm not saying even I'm a big fan of academics. Academics is cool. His platform is cool.
It's cool.
I see what he does. Do I care to be on it? It would be good for my
a
career.
big platform, of
Does it
course.
make or break me? No. Does anything make or break me? No.
Yeah.
Will I figure out how to do it? Yes. Will
Yeah.
I make a living and have a family and be happy always? Yes.
Nice.
So for me, it's like, as long as I'm making music to my best of ability and I'm being honest and my authentic self, I'm going to be happy with the results. I'll never be disappointed. That's what people have to understand. You'll never stop me from doing what I want to do, because what I want to do is my definition of success, not
Facts.
yours.
Yes,
right?
exactly.
And that's what everybody needs to think.
So like when you talk, I don't know if you noticed, but you have like a preacher flow in your voice. Do you
Yeah.
think you've been inspired by being
been
around
inspired,
the church
yeah.
a lot?
Yeah, I've been inspired by being around the church a lot. A lot of people have told me I could be a motivational speaker
Yeah,
or
you
a preacher.
going in, bro.
Yeah, and I went to university at a school called CUC. It's now called Burma University in Lacombe, private university.
Okay.
I took a speech course.
Oh,
I got
nice.
98% in that course.
that's crazy.
I also was transitioning over to taking theology, which is a 4-year degree on actually becoming a pastor.
That's sick.
But I did not do it. It wasn't my passion. My passion was, I feel like I could reach people through music the way I want to reach them.
Yep.
And I feel like later on in my career, when I've reached my pinnacles, and I can use myself as an example, because people respect that when you've accomplished something and you're trying to teach it. At that point, I will share my knowledge with people.
That's
right?
dope, man. That's
and
dope.
speak, because I would like to be a motivational speaker. I think that would be a good career for me.
That's good. You got to take care of that. Thank you. Is that good? We
Yeah,
hear that,
that's
so
good.
you can take care of it, and then
Yeah.
afterwards.
Yeah.
We good?
Yeah, good to go.
Okay, sick. That's dope, man. That's dope. I was just curious because I'm like, you talk with like such passion behind
Yeah.
what you're saying, not just even by yourself. Like if somebody else is hearing this and they're like, I'm a musician, it's always refreshing to have that. Here's what I think. I think
Yeah.
if somebody wants to be the best and they have that confidence in themselves,
Yeah.
then you know who they are, and that's it. Like whatever the version they expose to you, then you know that's the real them all the time.
Yeah.
Because like, look at this. If you think you're not that good, like you think you're okay, right? Now you have to worry about other things. I have to make this connection in order to make this work. You have to think of other
Yeah,
ways.
you have
And
to
there are
think.
a lot of people in this whole city or just or music, entertainment in general, that they're like, they know they're not that good. So they have to find those other mechanisms. But I think the people that are really confident in their craft, they're like, bro, you wasn't shooting me at the gym, like since you're actually putting the work, you're like, I don't give a fuck. Like you said, I don't give a fuck that I'm not there. It's going to motivate me to go even harder.
Exactly.
Like if you don't put me on the team, it's all good. I'm going to be the best player who can dunk and windmill. You chose not to put me on.
Exactly.
The people are like, how the hell did you miss
The team that put me on
this?
the team is to be the team that's going to win.
Facts. There we go.
Because you know why? I'm that player that's never going to give up on any possession. Every possession going from one end to the other end,
Yep.
I'm going to give it my all.
That sounds like a
So
lot
if
like
you want somebody that's
AI.
going to give it your all, when it comes to anything, though,
Yeah.
that's what people don't understand. Like, I think people that know me can attest to this. I don't take a day off when it comes to competition. If you're going to challenge me in something,
Yep.
whether it's we're going go-karting, virtual gaming, paintballing,
Damn.
anything,
Everything.
I
Shit.
have
You can't
to
turn it
win.
off for a
and
bit?
if I lose,
Okay.
I have a very bad day. Very bad. I have nightmares, literally.
Word.
Yeah, nightmares. It's messed up. A lot of my closest friends, they'll be able to tell you this.
Really?
I have literal nightmares. And you know what? my friends don't really help because a lot of them like to talk shit. So if they beat me, they're rubbing it in, right?
I see.
Yeah.
Got
and
it.
you have a lot of talented friends too, so I do lose my fair amount,
That's good. I mean, like, if you have people around you that are like dope at what they do and everything, it's just gonna push you even harder. So even if they beat you, pause, like at the same time, like you're just gonna be that better version of you at whatever you were doing.
100%.
But like you getting like messing up with your day and you have to think bad dreams. Yeah. I think that's like next level shit, bro. I don't think I've heard of that.
I know. It's crazy. I have nightmares, not even bad dreams. I have nightmares of like a replay of me losing. What happened that day?
Yeah.
I'm not even joking. It's actually very messed up.
Word.
Video games, anything.
It's like it sounds like something an athlete would say.
Yeah,
as far as like a game or something.
I don't know.
You're just
I don't know
like
what
in
it
that
is.
mindset.
I just had this thing in my head that like losing is wrong.
Who brought this like personality of like pushing yourself and everything?
I think I'm very similar to my dad. He's never said that to me, that losing is wrong, but I've always watched him my whole life being the most hardworking person I've ever seen. Just to move from Jamaica and have bought 4 houses already in his lifetime, and to be broke, to move from Jamaica, make a lot of money, then get in a car accident, not make a lot of money, move to Florida, go through poverty, live in trailers, have to take care of your family, where you're in your 50s cutting people's lawns and doing roofing, then having another opportunity in Vancouver to move out here and open up. He now is a successful business owner once again.
Great.
I just think,
do you want to shout out the business, by the way?
Phase 2 Auto Detailing.
Phase 2 Auto Detailing.
If you want to get your car ceramic coated, detailed, anything, it's the best detailing shop in Canada.
Where's the location?
It's located in Langley.
Yeah. Okay, what's the name again?
Phase 2 Auto Detailing.
Phase 2 Auto Detailing.
Exactly.
In Langley.
Yeah,
Check
he was one of the first detailing shops downtown Toronto, and he was actually in the Toronto Star, which is the most popular newspaper in Toronto.
Star, of course.
So they had a page on him. He used to detail all the Toronto Raptors cars. So I met a lot of basketball players when I was younger because of that.
That's it. Did you meet Vince?
Vince Carter, Steve Nash, Junkyard Dog, a lot of people.
Damn, Junkyard too. He's
Morris
a cool guy.
Peterson. He used to actually be the head detailer at Morris Peterson's detailing shop because he opened up a detailing shop as well out there. So just me being like,
that's so sick.
My dad is honestly my biggest idol. Like, he doesn't know it even too. That's the funny thing. But like, just watching his work ethic and what he's been able to do with having 5 kids and being able to provide for all of them, as well as his nieces and nephews as one man, is very motivational and inspiring. So I feel like in order to get to that point, I have to be that hard on myself because he's that hard on himself. Like, till this day, I haven't been able to wake up earlier than him, and he's way older than me. I haven't been able to outwork him, and I haven't been able to be more intelligent than him. So until I become that great of a man, I won't be satisfied.
That's dope, man.
You know?
That's inspirational. So your dad is like from early on.
He's
the guy that like
I feel like he could be the prime minister, the president. Like he's very capable of a lot of things, but he stays within his means and does what he knows how to do. He's very wise.
Dope.
He's a very hardworking guy. And
what's the communication between you and him? Do you guys have like free conversations about anything?
Yeah, we have pretty free conversations.
Dope. So you guys have a good relationship.
We have a pretty good relationship. Honestly, we don't talk as much as I'd like us to talk.
Because you guys, like, obviously you're living somewhere else.
There's no animosity or like anger or anything like that. I'd like to hang out with him a lot more and pick his brain a lot more. But because I'm at an age where I'm focused on propelling my career and working so hard, he's older and has a new venture that he's doing with his business. We're both very busy. But even this interview is just making me think, like, next week I'm gonna hit him up and be like, let's go for dinner because time's short, you know?
Everyone listening to this, go call your parents.
Yeah, hit up your parents.
Show some love,
Take them for dinner. Take your mom for Manny and Petty.
Do that, 100%.
Take your pops for dinner and really pick their brain because these are people that really, really put us here and really believed in us from the beginning.
Definitely, definitely. It's like the immigrant story, refugee story.
True,
it's like I think people don't realize just being somebody like person of color in like Canada and America, that enough is already tough. And then you have like a full family, and now you have to like, we don't think about it as much. I remember like so I'm in a household that there's 4 of us, right? Like my brothers, and then of course my mom and stuff. And there's one person providing. I didn't think about that growing up too much. I was like, damn, my dad's working hard and stuff. But then as I got older, I'm like, damn, like my dad was actually supporting all of us financially. Like when you start balancing like a budget yourself, just only you start seeing it.
You start seeing it.
At what moment did you know that early on, or like you saw you appreciate it as an adult?
I appreciate it as an adult.
Got it.
I didn't know that early on, and as a teenager, you're kind of like spoiled because it's like you don't really understand the hard work that goes into taking care of another human being, especially when they're not a toddler anymore, especially when they're like 15, 16, 14. Like those years are like, as a teenager, you still feel like your parents should be taking care of you.
Yep.
And it depends where you're brought up and what your circumstances are, because a lot of people have single parents or no parents at all, or different circumstances that they're going through. But based off of my circumstances, I just know at that age, I wasn't really thinking about how my parents felt. I was thinking about what was best for me and how I feel. If I want to go out, if I want to do this, if I want to do that, not what my parents felt. But as you get older and you start to get more responsibilities, you start to realize that you want to have a wife and kids. You want to have property in your name. You want to own a business. You are a business. When you start to recognize things like that, then you start to recognize like, whoa, my pops is dealing with all of this, plus he has 5 kids. Like, damn, that's crazy.
That is ridiculous.
That's a lot. You start to realize like that's a lot. How are you running a business and like being a dad? Like that's a lot to do. You got to be a father figure. So like a lot of my life, my dad wasn't, even though my parents were together, I was raised by my mother because my dad worked so hard.
Dope.
He was never at home.
Okay.
Never.
But your mom's like goated for
my
that.
mom was like, she's a hairdresser, and she's been a home mom.
She's also working as well at the same time.
She had her own hair salon.
Bro, it's something about being Jamaican.
A lot.
Our Jamaicans are probably the biggest hustlers.
Yeah.
Like as far as like the
They're
mentality.
Hustlers, they come out here and they try to make a thing for themselves.
Bro, that's so incredible.
But as much as my mom was a hustler, she was also a mom to like my whole family. Damn. So like she would hustle, and then whenever she would not be working, she would also be babysitting all my cousins and all my, like everybody, all her friends' kids and everybody. So like, I just constantly been around different personalities and different people growing up.
Damn.
Do
you think that, like, random note, but do you think that like sets the bar really high for you in the future when you're trying to find a wife? You're just like, in like, not like you're spoiled, but like your dad gives you this perspective of like this like father figure, which is like so determined, and as well as being a father and like persevering through different workforces, money up, money down. Your mom doing the exact same thing on her side while taking care of everyone. Doesn't that skew your vision of like a incredible relationship? Don't you put like too much pressure on your relationships? I've started to
look at that more so now. And I've been trying to identify a successful relationship with success overall, because as you get older, to the young men listening to this, there's nothing wrong with being in a committed relationship. Actually, if you're able to do that and you have somebody that you love, I believe that that is a part of success.
Even if you're younger, though?
It's even better.
Okay.
Because I'm not saying you should go out and look for something. Don't get me wrong. Focus on yourself. Only focus on yourself, build up yourself, and be selfish. But in that process, while you build up yourself and work hard, the right person will be attracted to you.
True.
100%. But if you focus too much on every girl and talking to every girl, you're probably a girl here and there, but it's not gonna be the girl you want, and you're gonna get in bad relationships. You're gonna have bad things happen. You really need to focus on yourself and building yourself, and then you'll get in the right relationship.
I see. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, like, you should never chase it. Just like side note talking, like, have you been in like a super long-term relationship and then you're also an artist? There's like probably women hitting you up all the time. And then as much as you want to say no to these ladies, you also realize you're a brand, you're a business. Like, you know how like a lot of musicians, like J. Cole was married and he just pretended like he was single. Not that he was doing anything, or allegedly or whatever, but he was just not branding himself as this married guy. Same with Kendrick's long-term relationship.
Most definitely.
Have you seen yourself in that situation? You're in a long-term relationship.
I've been in that situation so many times. I've been in a relationship since I was 18 years old, and now I've been in a relationship since I was 17.
So when do you have time for yourself? Like, when is the longest period you were single? Since 18.
The longest period, I've always been in relationships. Like, even as long as I remember, in grade 5, I had a girlfriend.
Damn.
Yeah.
Grade 5.
And it's funny because, like, you have a girlfriend in grade 5 and we didn't barely say anything to each other.
Probably
we were just
held hands.
Barely. We were just girlfriend, boyfriend, but we were shy. Like, I can even say that girl's name, you know.
What's her name?
I would shout out Tasha.
Shout out Tasha.
Tasha West, you know. That was one of my first girlfriends back in the day. And then, boom, you get older. The next grade, I had another girlfriend. I always had girlfriends, but, like, when it comes to the committed and the loyalty aspect and actually a real relationship is when you get older. I feel like in elementary school and high school, you don't really understand that. You just kind of want that for the title and to be the cool person.
Exactly.
Like the girls that I was dating were always like the hottest girls in elementary school, and like it was funny because we didn't do anything. We didn't even kiss.
Yep.
It's like, why? What does that even mean? We're just girlfriend, boyfriend for what reason? You know?
It's like a status thing at that point.
Yeah. But you know, shout out to all my ex-girlfriends. I hope you guys are doing well.
Did they put heart, like Tevin and heart, on their binders to show
probably,
that you guys are okay?
Man. A lot of girls, a lot of stuff were happening like that back in school.
Because that's how you like knew, like, oh, we're together now because she like signed her name on my card. Yeah. That's how lame Coquitlam was
back in the day.
Back in the day, Coquitlam, like people there were people fucking, like I told you, but some people were just doing the same thing where they're kind of in a relationship, but they're not doing anything, right?
Yeah.
So all they do is like the girl would write like Justin with a heart on her like binder.
Yeah, okay.
And then people would know, oh, okay, she's.
Yeah, people do those weird things when they're young.
Yeah.
They come up with weird things like that.
Exactly. Dope, man. Do you think any of your life experiences inspired like a storytelling song? Do you have a song that if I listen to it, it's like do you do storytelling music?
Yeah, I do a lot of storytelling music. I mean, I feel like if you go back and listen to, I make sure I put a lot of storytelling songs on my my projects. So if you listen to It's Yours, which was the first project I ever released.
Got you.
You can hear the intro off that.
Do you have a song called It's Yours as well?
There's a song called It's Yours on there.
Is that the one with the music video with the blonde girl?
Yeah, that one did good too. Yeah, that one was like a pretty good year for me actually. That was a year where like all the streaming stuff started happening and all that stuff.
Sick. 2018, I'm assuming?
Yeah, It's Yours had that song where I told you the app curator figured
Justin
me out on.
was like,
it had Do You on it. It had It's Yours on it, which
Dope.
which did good.
Okay.
Off that, and off that got on top 50 US viral.
Sick.
They
Was
both
that
have
solo? Was it off that by yourself?
Off that was by myself. Yeah, they
Crazy.
both have had over 100,000 streams. Those were my first 100,000 streams
Nice.
4 years ago.
Whoa.
So like, I didn't even know how to see how many streams it had.
Shit.
That's the funny thing.
You didn't
Until
have
now.
like that artist
I didn't have
dashboard.
Spotify artists and all that stuff. All I knew was I didn't even understand what top 50 US viral was. I just remember at the time the person who was managing me was like, "Yo, you should be really proud. Like, this is a big thing." And I was just like, cool. Like, I don't understand what this is. But now it's like, I wish I could get on that playlist.
Facts.
Like the song got like 30,000 views in a week, which was crazy. So that was,
That's so sick. That's sick.
But yeah.
Okay. Have you? I don't know. Like, is there? Bro, I like this conversation that we've been having. I feel like we can just talk for like a long time and just talk about random shit.
Definitely.
You know, the hoes you've been smashing. Like, I'm playing.
You curious about that?
Bro, it's so interesting because okay, here's my thought process behind this. Because I met a lot of dudes that are not about what they say when it comes to music. Like, I literally was listening. I'm not gonna give out this rapper's name, but he was talking about like smashing hoes and all this stuff, like back and forth, right? The typical rapper shit. And I went clubbing and there was like this cute girl. I was like, "Oh, who's that guy?" And I'm like, "Oh, that's my homie. Like, you want to talk to him?" I'm like, "Bro, this girl over there, like, she's like gorgeous, like let's say Latin girl. You already know what proportions you're working with."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Bro, like, she's proportional. Everything is incredible. Nice face. And she's digging you. Go talk to her."
Yeah.
Dude gets hella nervous to go up to speak to her. And then the girl comes up to him and you could tell, you know how guys like going like this, like fidgeting and stuff like that. Anyways, it didn't work out.
Yeah.
And so when I see people, whatever they talk about and they're about, like, that's their lifestyle. Like, you talk about what you live. I'm just like, thank God for being genuine and authentic. So I want the world to know, like, I talk about this, but at the same time, like, my whole life I've been like this. Now you're just finding out about it.
I've been the same way. Anybody that watches this, even if it's 5 people, 10 people, 20 people, I'm pretty sure there's going to be women that know, my friends that know how I am, most definitely I'm a very social person.
Yep.
I think naturally within my personality, I might come off as flirty, but I'm just a person that wants to network. I want to reach out to people. I admire beauty. So if it comes to art,
music,
music,
talker already. Look at this guy.
anything, I admire those things.
Dope.
Like, and obviously these days, like you got Instagram, it's like free access to fucking Playboy magazine these days. You know,
True.
like
Straight up.
back in the day. You're not getting this stuff. Like every day I go on my explore page, I'm like, what the actual hell? Like, where are these people? You know what I mean? I go on there, I'm like, what is this even?
Yeah.
So I think maybe me personally, it's so accessible. Like you can click on a person's profile and just DM them.
Yep.
So I'm a sporadic person that acts within the moment.
Sure.
Just so everybody knows, like, you could talk to girls and you get turned down. Like, I've been turned down millions and millions of times. It's not like I care though.
Yeah.
Like, I know what I bring to the table.
Online or face to face?
I've been turned down everywhere. Online, face to face, everything.
Damn.
I take my shot, and I don't care if you're gonna turn me down or not because I know what I bring to the table. You get what I'm saying?
I feel
Once you know what you bring to the table as a man, and you know who you are, and you're comfortable in your skin, you're not gonna feel bad if somebody turns you down, because the people that turn me down, I still feel confident that I could have them if I want to. But depending on their attitude, I'm not going to waste my time. Like I told you, time is valuable. So if somebody's not valuing my time that I took to spend on them, then most of the time, I'm going to spend my time elsewhere.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
I do 100%.
Right? But if she's worth it,
Yeah.
I might spend a little bit more time with her and get her.
That's dope.
Because I could do that. I'm capable of it.
I mean, you've seen the proof of concept with your parents. Your dad is hustling, your mom's hustling.
100%.
So, and I'm assuming they met younger. When?
Yeah, they
how
met
old?
in their 20s.
In their 20s.
Yeah.
So like
They've been married for 30 years now.
30 years. See, that's like incredible. So like you seeing that, you know, obviously it's possible. So that has to influence you.
Oh, it's very possible.
You know?
Yeah, it's very possible. There is a person out there that you know, I had a long relationship with, business relationship.
Yep.
As well as
Personal relationship.
Yep. That was a great person, you know. So like for me, it's like, yeah, there's people out there that you can decide, you know, that you want to be that person already.
Yep.
You know, me, I'm like, as you get older, you kind of get confident in your skin and knowing what you want, right? So I'm at the point where I know what I want. Maybe when I was younger, I'll probably be like down to like talk to a million girls and stuff.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
now I don't want to do that. If I message you or I DM you and I tell you you're pretty or I want to talk to you, it's not because I want to fuck you or have sex with you. It's because I'm appreciating art and I think you're beautiful, and I want to build my network. You know, women have power these days.
Definitely.
Especially when it comes to social media.
Exactly.
You got a lot of power these days.
I'm gonna tell you this because I think I'm like, why aren't you doing this? Are you on TikTok? Yes or no?
I'm not, but I want to be on TikTok.
What? Like your
I'm gonna get on
videos-
TikTok, and I've been trying to figure out how I want to get on TikTok. So
Just post your
I
music
don't
videos.
actually want to do my music on TikTok though.
Your music videos are sick, bro. Like
are sick.
The women you have also, like, you have to understand, like, it's
Like
younger.
Francesca on there would be popping, right?
I don't know what that is. Is that the girl that was on that Netflix show?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Her. Exactly. If you're like video with her, like automatically, like there's simps all around, you know?
Damn.
That shit would
So
go
someone
viral.
has to show me how to use it. I don't even really.
I'll
like,
show
I try
you.
to figure out
I was
how
talking to Vicky. Do you know who Vicky Chan is, by the way?
Yeah,
Vicky
I've
Chan.
heard of him before.
Yeah, he's based
I
out
don't
of
know if I met him
Surrey,
before, yeah.
but like a little bit like more on the old school type vibe when it comes to his bars, like more West Coast hip hop.
Yeah.
But I was like, bro, get on TikTok. He's like, fuck, I hate social media. I'm like, bro, no artist is like, man, I love social media. Artists love music and
that's
art.
true.
But this is like
it's funny
part
because
of it.
like I have a good friend, which I was a fan of before I met him. Actually, his name's Hindsight.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
now we
Mr. Hines,
became really good friends. Like we're like brothers.
Sick.
And he's been very vocal on me getting on TikTok. He just thinks that. I believe this is what he thinks. At least he's told me that he feels like people don't know my personality, and I have a good enough personality that I should show on TikTok.
Facts.
But
You
it's
should.
like I just gotta figure out how to use that stuff, you know?
Bro, like literally
'Cause I
what you're
know
doing
people
right
will-
now is what you could post.
But I just I'll pay somebody to do TikTok for me.
Bro, like
still
learn
wanna
so you can
do
do
it.
it. It's like
Posting,
you have to post like
damn.
3 times a day. Think of it like an Instagram story. Think of it that, but like a little bit more thought process behind it.
You have to like do the captions and the tags. And
Yeah,
like,
you
holy
do.
Crap,
But like,
it's so hard.
okay, Mr. Hines is different because like he's a videographer. So
But
like,
I mean, I have all the equipment now too.
that's true.
I could do professional videos.
You could wait. Now that you talk about all this equipment that you have, who's going to be the person like recording you while you're doing it?
So
Do you have
we
someone in your team?
I
that can-
have people that I've been working with from the beginning.
Yep.
So when I bought the equipment, I originally had them in mind. So I'm gonna give them first dibs to see like what they would like to do, or if they'd like to work with it and use it for like, I want to basically, I have so much artists that I work with. Like, as you can see, 500,000 views, 2 million views.
Crazy.
There's other artists I work with that I haven't done songs with, that I'm not gonna name right now, but I want to source these videographers out, these photographers that I work with to get work. It's just because as the Vancouver Connect,
Yep.
knowing so many artists and every other person, I feel like I need to have that to offer when people come here.
True.
So if I work with a guy named James Manzano,
Okay.
and another girl named Tiana.
Okay, sick. I know Tiana,
I
the
wanna
red hair
make-
girl, right?
Yeah, so I'll keep
nice.
James as doing video. Tiana can come and do the photos as
Nice.
well, as she's good at editing.
She's dope.
And I'm gonna purchase more software and computers so they can learn and get better.
Okay, nice.
Because it's important to have those things on your team.
That's
and then I'm
100%.
obviously looking to build, right, and meet new people that have good skills, right? Because I'm just continuing to buy equipment. That's it.
sick.
I'm just gonna keep buying
Well,
stuff.
to be like business strategy
Yeah.
wise, you know, like not just buy like how I'm
Smart stuff though.
Smart stuff.
Because
yeah.
I know that I've done my research. So the camera that I got is actually the best camera on the market right now, under a red cam for high quality videos if you have
Yes.
a right editor.
Correct.
So I got all the things that they said I needed to get to start off the bat,
Dope.
including even a monitor so you can look and see how it looks.
Nice.
You know?
Nice.
So just with that starting up, and then I also have all the studio equipment.
Yep.
With my interfaces, an Apollo Twin. I have a mic.
Got an Apollo? Sick.
Yeah, I got speakers. So now I'm just looking
Okay.
for a space, and I'm gonna have a
Nice.
studio and a photo studio.
That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah, one-stop shop.
It's gonna be a matter of time. So like, let's say you watching this interview 3 years from now, where do you see that 3-year 94 being?
I see the 3-year 94 just being a mogul. You know, I've always just been a person that.
Let's be tangible. So like your monthly listeners at this point is what? Like
I think it's like 30, 32,
32,
33,000.
33.
around
Okay,
there.
let's round it to 35 right now. So
Yeah.
you're 35K right now. 3 years from now, what would your Spotify monthly listeners be?
Probably 20 million.
20 million
Yeah.
monthly listeners. You're confident today.
Very
you're
confident.
watching.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
watching. Like you're telling
Very
the young
confident.
you right
Yeah,
now.
very confident.
And you're
very
like
confident.
20 million
No
monthly
doubt,
listeners.
No doubt.
Okay.
Yeah.
Facts.
The type of music I make is just it's like, you guys have to understand, like, when I don't just say I'm the most versatile artist out of my ass. Like, a lot of people could say that, and as much as I could say that, like I said, people may not know because they haven't heard what I'm capable of.
True.
But when you have somebody that has been practicing singing for 10 plus years,
Yes.
practicing rapping for 10 plus years, went to a performing arts school, can act, be different characters, can be who he needs to be to get his message across, is talented at networking, has a work ethic,
Yes.
it equals success. And it's going to equal what I want it to be. So if I want 500,000 monthly listeners, that's what it'll be. If I want 1 billion, that's what it'll be. But I'm going to be happy with saying in 3 years that I'll have 20 million monthly listeners.
That's awesome, bro.
And I will say, to back this statement up, last year I had 124,000 streams on Spotify. And I made a video that I could show that says my goal was to have 1 million streams in the next year.
Yeah.
I didn't know the Spotify Wrap stopped counting at the end of October. So my stream count came to 898,000.
Yes.
But by the end of the year, I had beat my 1 million goal.
That's incredible.
And I called it.
That's dope.
So for me, this year,
Yeah.
my goal is actually 10 million.
10 million.
It's a very hard goal to reach, but
as a Canadian artist, especially.
I'm confident that with the music that I have, if I'm able to put it out
Yep.
by the end of the year, it'll happen. If
Dope.
not, next year I'm gonna have to double it.
Okay.
So next year would be my first 20 million monthly listeners.
Got it. That's, bro, I believe in you, man. I think your music is like,
It's just the
speaks for
goals that you have
itself.
to set,
People
you
just
know?
need to listen to it. You know, like that's what it is. I think like people don't realize that there are like, my thing is like, there's a lot of people that are whack people that are getting platforms, but it's like, it's cool. It's temporary. They're not going to even continue making music 5 years from now. How many people have you seen when you came to the scene
A lot.
that don't even make music anymore?
Too many.
You know? So
many.
the fact that you've been doing exactly, and no point naming them because people don't know who they are.
Exactly.
So it's like 10 years from now that you've been so dedicated to this, obviously people know that one, it's not a fad, it's not going to go anywhere, and at the same time, like this is who your identity is.
Yeah.
And like if there's anything that you could tell, like let's say a 12-year-old Tevin, like right now just listening to this podcast, obviously not you, but like just some kid who's like wants to do the same thing, and what advice would you give him? Like what did you need to hear at 12 years old to like
a young kid
follow?
I would tell you, any aspirations, goals, passions, dreams that you have, I'm not to say don't be disrespectful to your parents or people that are giving you advice, but follow your heart. And this actually is a true statement, because I feel like if I followed my heart completely from an earlier stage, I might have had a better opportunity. And I'm one of the people that have been following my heart for a long time. So if you're 12, 10, 9, just know that you're very talented, you're very intelligent. Don't ever doubt yourself. Don't ever think you're stupid. Don't ever think somebody's better than you. Don't ever watch the next person and compare someone else's journey to yours. Just focus on yourself. Be happy when you accomplish something. Understand that we're here to make a difference and serve other people. So once you understand that and you add that in with your work ethic, you wake up every morning, you work towards your passion from the age of 12, you have to understand that you're going to be the best at whatever you decided to do. And you need to have that confidence based off of your work ethic.
Definitely.
If you put in the work, people always ask me, some people tell me like bro, you're cocky, like, or you come off as a little bit arrogant. But I'm like, bro, are you up at 7 a.m. making breakfast and going to the gym? And then coming and recording a song? If you're not, then don't tell me what I come off as. Because that's what I'm doing because I want to make it.
Exactly.
So I'm recording and writing a song every day. That's what I'm doing. It doesn't matter what you're doing. You could tell me whatever you want to tell me. It doesn't matter because I'm working hard. To the other rappers that want to rap and they're only writing a song once a month, once every 2 months, step your game up. That's what has to happen.
Definitely.
Because you could never step in the ring with me and go song for song. Ever. Not a lot of famous artists could even do that. They couldn't. They wouldn't. If they put me on an international stage and give me the marketing that a label gives famous artists.
Correct.
If they give me the budget, give me the budget. Fund me. Music BC, Creative BC, Factor Canada, fund me. If you guys fund me, you will begin to understand the quality, the effort, and the hard work that I'm putting in to my craft. I take it very seriously.
That's dope, man.
Very seriously. Whatever you want to think about me, whatever you want to say about me, doesn't matter.
True.
It doesn't. Because I know what I do. Once you know what you do, so this is to the 12-year-old, know what you do. You can't go to school and somebody could tell you that they're better than you because you know that you practice more than them. It's not about talent these days. I've met a million singers that could sing better than me. I've met a million rappers that could out-rap me. I've met a million people that could dress better than me. But I haven't met somebody that will work harder. And to that, I could say there's been better singers that I make way better songs than.
I see.
There's been better rappers that I make way better songs than. And I could call out people. I can. You know, even in BC, if we want to talk about rappers that were popping when I came here, you talk about a guy named Mercules. Very good, doing a lot of numbers, doing his thing. I'm going to bring him up because I made a song called Conor McGregor. He made a song called Conor McGregor. I personally feel like he's amazing when it comes to remixes.
Yes.
But when it comes to making original songs, I just felt like as an artist that was popping in Vancouver at the time, whether who wants to say I was popping or not.
Sure.
I know I was popping. Could come and reach down and steal my ideas and try to make an original song. That's how I felt personally. Yes, Conor McGregor was popping. Yes, it could have been a thing that was organic for him. No hate towards him. He's a great artist. He can rap. But when it comes to making original songs, there's no way he can make a better original song than me. No possible way. No chance. If you put me up against a demographic that's fair, they will vote the right answer.
Facts.
There's no way. Can't. He can't. It's impossible.
That's true.
Because he can't do the genres I could do.
But like it goes to show, like you brought it up, you're like, a lot of people are better rapper than me, a lot of singer than me. But like to make a song, it's like you're putting your soul into a song, and and now it exists on its own. And like how many people can resonate and feel? So in that sense, I would say like, I don't think that people understand, like, if you're a rapper and you get recognized as a rapper, like today, like this is literally happening right now. Like you drop a rap song, all the playlists, Apple Music, like hell is supporting you as a rapper.
Yeah.
Then you switch it up to R&B and the same thing happens. And you talked about your recent success with Spotify on that bigger playlist and people are like, God damn. So I think it just goes without saying, but right now you don't have the statistics to like back it up. You know, people are so fucked up to be like, bro, this guy has 2 million.
Is I feel like I do have the statistics now. You know, there's a lot of artists that would like to be where I am. So
that's true.
But when I think about it, I'm not grateful with these statistics because you gotta calculate, right? There's other artists that do great when it comes to music videos. I think my strength has been streaming now. In the first couple years, I didn't do as many streams, but within the last year, as I said, I accumulated 1 million. So like, you look at my Spotify artist thing, before that million, it was like 200,000 total streams.
Damn.
Now it's 2 million total streams.
Crazy.
And that's within a year. Before that, it took me probably, I don't know when streaming started, but maybe 2015, 2016 to get to 200,000. Now we're in 2021. So from 2016 to 2020, I got 200,000 streams.
Damn.
So when you think about the improvement, you think, okay, 2020 to 2021 was 1 million streams.
Sure. 100%. Tenfold. 10x that amount that you had initially, right?
You hear what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So any business, you look at that, that's a very big percentage increase. That's way more than 100%. That's almost like a 400% increase.
Well, you said you went from 100,000 to 1 million?
Yes.
Yeah, bro, that's 10x.
That's
10
very
times
crazy.
the amount that you got.
But if you look at it, right, the 200,000 happened over 4 years.
Oh, I see.
The 1 million happened in 1.
Crazy.
You got to look at that.
I see that.
So you got to look at how the improvement and the things that happen.
Damn.
To the young kids out there, you got to understand, if I gave up when I was getting only 500 views, 1,000 views, 200 views, which till this day is still possible to get. I have a lyric video for Gliss that has over 30,000 streams, 40,000 streams on all platforms, and it came out this month. The lyric video has 500 views. Is that going to stop me? No. Do you guys not understand what's going on here? You look at the streams very well. I'm getting paid for that. Do you guys not understand? People love that song.
Facts.
It's going to take something for it to translate into YouTube views. It's about consistency and quality. You don't stop. You don't let the numbers stop you.
Exactly.
Numbers can't stop me.
Of course.
No,
of course.
never.
That's dope, man. That's dope. Like, again, like I talked about the motivational speaker thing, but it's like another thing that we didn't even talk about is like there was a pandemic last year.
Yeah.
You could have like, no disrespect to anybody going through anything in mental health, but you could have just cracked into depression. You're like, fuck,
true.
no shows, nothing. But
Very
you were
true.
like, forget it. Streaming.
Yeah,
I'm going to
very
drop even more music that I've
was
ever
my
dropped.
best year. And it's crazy because last year I only put out, I think, excluding features, 10 singles.
I see.
This year,
okay,
by March 9th, I would have already put out 7.
Crazy.
By the end of the year,
you
guys will see.
We'll see. We'll see.
There's a formula, right? If I put out 10 singles last year, had about 4 or 5 features, 15 songs, 1 million streams.
True.
The year before that, I put out about 22 songs and got 100,000 streams.
Yeah.
I put out less songs the next year. So sometimes, it's not even about quantity. It's really what people have to understand. You need to spend your money.
But now that you revamp it, giving quality and quantity at this rate, 7 singles, you know that you'll hit that. That'll be
it's
incredible.
to the point where you're getting on playlists. You're getting paid for these streams. That's all that matters to me.
100%.
When I get on these playlists, like if I wasn't getting on anything right now, and like I'm just putting out these songs, if I'm being an honest human being, I would be upset. Like for me, naturally, when I release stuff, it usually gets on at least Northern Bars and New Music Friday.
Sick.
But for my single that's been coming out every weekly, only one of them has caught on New Music Friday and Northern Bars, which I don't know why. So, but that's disappointing for me
But
Because
Apple
usually
Music,
I am.
you're still getting
Apple
that same
Music,
love.
It's been amazing to me as always. They've been holding me down, and they pay more, so
That's
very good. But like I said, it's not just about being consistent. You want to have quality and be consistent with that quality. That's the formula. And it's very hard to do. What people have to understand is you either have to have a good job. If you're young right now, understand that you should work on your craft and save your money while you're working on your craft.
Facts.
And when you're ready to start releasing, maybe have a budget of $10,000 to $20,000 and have a consistent rollout, so you could be one of the biggest artists in the world. I'm gonna give you guys I can't give you guys all these tips,
Bro, these are gems.
because these are gems that if I was younger and knew these things, I would be way further, because I would have started releasing music right now.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been releasing music all this time. I would have just been getting better, better and better and better.
Dope.
Then by this age, I would have had 500,000 ready to drop music.
Facts. But that's dope, man. Bro, we don't talk about it enough because you've been doing music for so long.
Yeah.
You've rebranded yourself. And like, think about this. Like, you came out of the age where there's no streaming and you made YouTube songs. And like,
100%.
and now you could have been like, fuck this, and I'm going to stop. But you were like, nah, I'm going to just keep going. And then streaming came and you adjusted to that. There's a lot of artists still, especially in Vancouver, that don't know the power of streaming like that.
They don't.
You know, and then since they don't know, they can't recognize that you're just like one of the guys that are doing better.
Yeah.
Especially in Western, because most of the time it's all Toronto dudes.
Yeah.
Like, it's Toronto when they're like Canada.
Honestly, my top plays actually come from Toronto.
There you go.
And the second city isn't even Vancouver.
Damn.
Well, you have to realize the second city is Montreal.
I see.
The third city is Vancouver.
Yeah.
So Vancouver has a very big love-hate relationship with me.
Damn.
I think, it comes down to the type of music I make. A lot of people think I'm a way that I'm not.
Okay.
Because they haven't met me personally. So maybe they just
Like,
get
do you think like you're arrogant or too cocky?
I don't know what they think I am, but some
Okay.
people they don't take to me. So like, they just are not like knowing how I actually am. Because if you actually meet me, I'm gonna be I'm gonna be the realest person you ever met.
For sure.
Like, you're gonna vibe with me. We're gonna be friends. Like, that's how I am. I'm a person that everybody I do meet and network with will understand that I'm a good guy and we're gonna be friends.
Definitely.
But if I don't network with you and you're just viewing me from a image that's online, you might not understand me. So I've actually been working on trying to translate my more marketable image to an audience so everybody can understand that that's who I am.
Dope, man. Dope.
That's where I am right now.
I think that this podcast will like surprise a lot of people.
Yeah.
Because one, you're like articulate. You can actually have a proper conversation.
Yeah.
You get nervous in a situation like that. And
No,
you see
never nervous.
rapper interviews
Yeah.
where there's like, and I'm just like,
I can never be nervous, man.
You're confidently speaking.
You're nervous. People that are nervous are only nervous because they're not confident.
Facts.
And for those people who are not confident, you need to understand that you are great. And you were created, from what I believe, through the image of God.
Yes.
So if you are godlike, you need to understand that you are great and you are amazing. And you need to love yourself and you need to stop being nervous.
Definitely.
Because nervousness gets you nowhere. I'm telling you.
Exactly.
In a room where you need to not be nervous, there could be an opportunity or something that could change your life.
Exactly.
And you've been nervous. And that's happened to me a million times. I've been in rooms and I've been a nervous person.
Damn.
Don't get me wrong. I've been through all these things that I'm not.
Yes.
But because I've seen the negative side effects of being those things,
Yep.
I've continued to train myself to be a better person in order to be prepared for times where I need to be not that.
That's
You get
cool.
what I'm saying?
I do get exactly what you're
Exactly.
saying. Bro, like the fact that you're willing to admit that, hey, by the way, I have all these streams, but I started off with like literally no streams, but I still continued. The fact that you're saying I'm this
I started
confident
off people
dude.
telling me I suck.
Man.
I started off people telling me I should quit. I
Yeah.
should never do music. I'm shit.
Yeah.
I'm a faggot. People say
Goddamn.
all types of things, especially when you come out singing
Yeah.
and you're vulnerable and emotional and you let your feelings out to the world.
Yeah.
Did the negativity affect me sometimes? Yes, it did. A lot of the times, a lot of times I was feeling alone, especially with moving a lot.
Yeah.
You try to do music and put it out in the world and maybe feel like you can network and make friends through that way.
Got it.
Sometimes it doesn't come off as that. And people are really out to get you and really out to put you down because they think you have that confidence.
Yeah.
They think, oh, this guy's confident enough to put out music and come here and think he could take our girls. Let
Yeah.
me shoot this guy down.
Fuck.
So I had a lot of people not encouraging me. Like, I had so many opportunities to quit. So many times people look at you differently when you tell them that you're an artist.
Yeah.
There's so many times where people listen to your music and doubt what you're capable of doing. But like, it's just really up to you as a human being to not focus on what people want from you, but to understand what you want from yourself.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
It takes some time to understand that, but when you do, you really understand the meaning of life.
Definitely having an understanding of who you are as a person and realizing that greatness in you. And I believe in what you're saying. Like, it's a Judeo-Christian belief, or more Christianity, as far as that we're made in the image of God.
Yeah.
And I do believe in that.
Yeah.
Like, you have power within you.
Very
and like,
true.
it's in your mind. If you're nervous and you think you're whack, you are that. If you think you're incredible and all this, like, you manifest and put that energy in that
You
world.
are that.
You become that.
100%. You are that.
You know, like, do you know
become
Tom Ford's quote? I think it was Tom Ford or Henry Ford. Sorry, Henry Ford. He was like, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you are right.
Yeah.
So it's like whatever's on your mind, bro. So, anything else you want to say to the people out there that are listening to this?
All I want to say to the people is, like, what I've learned over the time, and especially this year, I just want to stress, because we all go through hard times, and I continually battle with depression and feeling alone. And this is something that a lot of people battle with that I think can relate with me.
Yep.
I've never before, in my earlier stages of life and after my 20s, I never dealt with depression. And I never understood people who dealt with it, because I just thought life is so great. How could you be depressed? But as I've grown from 20 to 27 this year, I have had moments in my life, especially with what we're going through now as a human race, and I have finally faced it. And it's something that you need to have a lot of self-love and verification, not from other people, but from yourself, that you are a prominent figure to people around you. You could be an example. You could be self-serving. You could be selfless.
Yeah.
And you have a lot to give. You're not just a person that's walking around living life doing nothing. And I really want people to hear this that are going through these things right now, because people have to understand that everybody has an ability and something to offer. And it is for you to go in your bathroom, in your room, and look in the mirror and understand that your passion and whatever you were brought in this world to do is calling on you. And you need to just grab it and do it, whether it's going to give you financial freedom or not, because that's what's going to give you freedom overall. It's not about finances. It's not about sex. It's not about drugs. It's about freedom and success and happiness. Money doesn't determine happiness. Sex doesn't determine happiness. And I found those things out at my young age. And this is from being through multiple relationships, making hundreds of thousands of dollars. I've already made a lot of money. I've already had a lot of pussy. And I'm here to tell you that that is not what happiness equals. Yes, I haven't made it to my pinnacles. I haven't reached my goals. Do I think I'll be happy then? Maybe for a month, maybe for a year. I'll appreciate where I am. But happiness isn't going to lie in making a lot of money and having a lot of women, if that's what people think it is. It's not. You need to be comfortable in your skin and understand that confidence comes from being happy with yourself. If you have a thinning hairline, it's okay. If you have acne, it's okay. If you have a disability, it's okay. If you cannot make a great song right now, it is okay. As long as you promise me and yourself that you're going to work harder to become a better version of you. That's all I have to say to the people, because I'm really for the people, and I really want people to realize that they can exceed in life, and that the future is in the people's hands, and not even just the people, but the younger generation. Like, I have a niece, and she's everything to me. She's so beautiful and she's so amazing, and I just look at her and see the future of the world in her eyes. And that goes for all my little cousins and all my cousins' kids and all the kids in the world. We have to understand that the youth is the future, and we need to, we need to train them better. And confidence is what we need to instill in the youth. That's my message. If anything, it's just confidence.
Whoa, guys, you hear that? God damn, bro, this is incredible. There's nothing else I can say that could top anything that he just said. So that's a wrap, sir. Thank you so much.
You already know.
Thank you. Let's get out of here.
Appreciate it. Yours truly.
My man.
Oh, I gotta use the bathroom again. Appreciate it. Jeez, I have to use the bathroom. Go in, bro.
No,
I have to use the bathroom.
it's okay, man. We're at that deep. Thank you, everyone, for listening. A huge shout out to the Coffee and Banana team. It goes without saying, we can't get anything done without this amazing team. Video manager, Cole Weststeyn, audio engineer extraordinaire, Ryan Lohr, and our producer, Kunal Verma. Not to mention our wonderful sponsors for the season, and most importantly, you for listening. Visit our website at Coffee and Banana for more information about each episode, including all the promo codes that you need. I'm your host, Kane Dabir. Enjoy some coffee and banana on your road to greatness.